Deal. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so I feel like last session was like mostly shenanigans, which I feel is probably a nice change of pace, from all the other stuff that we've been doing. A little more lighthearted, a little more just random tavern nonsense, the kind that we all know and love. Um, but going off of that, we do have so we end the night having sent two letters to Draga Hearth. We end the night with, nobody really in trouble for anything. Seabane does not suspect you guys of, having done anything or of taking the seal, at least at this point in time. We also, it was revealed that Seabane knew Gallus' old captain, Greenhide, and does not like him very much for whatever reason, um, and that they used to serve upon the same ship. Um, we know that Seabane was trying to contact Draga Hearth for whatever reason. Um, I say for whatever reason, but I think some theories have been bandied about as to why that was taking place. But yeah, so we closed the night off. You guys all go to bed. I think Ruby probably knocks out first, having been duly inebriated. Um, in the morning, you all arise. I think at your respective times. Alok, you usually are the one who's up first to do your morning prayers. You find that Ruby is no longer in the inn.
Um, that's not like normal of her, is it?
Not super normal.
I think Alok's natural nature is to just let people do their thing, so he's not gonna look too into it.
Okay. The whole crate is still there. That hasn't been tampered with or anything like that. It's still there. Um, so you don't make any effort to look for her, investigate, or anything like that. I'm not saying you
Uh,
should. I'm just clarifying.
no, I know. I think like if it's not like just blatantly obvious where she went, or as long as I know that she left on her own terms, there's like no struggle or anything, then it's good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you definitely get the sense that, there hasn't been anything. And you would imagine, Suma is a light trancer, relatively, and would have noticed had something gone amiss. Cool. So you get up. Is there anything special that you'd like to do? So I'm going to just wake everybody up one at a time. Anything special you want to do as you wake up?
No, I mean, I guess I think he's like preparing or re-practicing a lot of the stuff that he was like he was taught a long time ago by Draga, just in
Okay.
case she like tests him. He wants to be ready, even if it's like small stuff he doesn't do anymore. He just or even small stuff that he's like really used to doing. He's still practicing just to make sure he can show off.
Got it. That's maybe maybe the little lock picking incident from the night before, resounding in Alok's memory as he practices, goes through some drills that he picked up under Draga's tutelage, and perhaps even wondering where that strange laughter, that presence that he felt watching him during that lock picking, came from. Cool. I would say Suma, you're probably up next, given that you don't need to sleep as long as everybody else. As you exit out of your trance, you also immediately notice that Ruby is not here. What is Suma up to?
Um, well, I feel like because I, as a player, know that it's just because Viv isn't here, I'm not gonna I don't want to do too much with that. Probably the same as Alok. Like as long as she seems to have left on her own, I'll just leave it. Um,
Okay, sounds good.
and if
I
she got
respect it.
kidnapped, then might be. Uh, but yeah, I think he's gonna prepare spells that he hopes will be useful for whatever the hell is gonna go down at this play. Um,
Yeah. So, have you guys? Do you think Suma's made up his mind that he wants to go to the play?
yeah, I mean, I think last night we kind of settled on that. It seemed like,
Mhm.
and definitely having talked to Sasha the night before, it seems like it's gonna fill in some of the blanks on and everything that we've been involved in. Um, so I think he definitely wants to go.
Mhm.
And I think one other thing beside once he's prepared his spells, he probably would ask Alok, do you mind if I take a look at the seal for a moment?
Uh, yeah. Here you go. Hand it over.
I want to see if I don't think this is possible to do like this morning, but he wants to possibly see if he can reverse engineer like how this was made so that he can make one for the Reaper with our like seal on it.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely a relatively complex enchantment. You know, it's like part sending, but there's like a teleportation component of like, this thing traveling through space, perhaps
Mhm.
even planes. So go ahead and just give me an Arcana check, just straight up, just to see how much. Obviously, it's not gonna get done today, but just to get a general sense of like whether you feel like this will take relatively a couple weeks or a couple months. That kind of role.
Maybe
Okay,
14.
on a 14, I think Suma looks at it and he realizes it's not beyond him. Probably that time, gold, and energy would need to be spent in order to create this thing. Like you would imagine that it is not just a spell cast on an ordinary seal. There's likely like magical components that have been put into the actual making of the item beyond the enchantment later applied. But it is something that he could replicate with enough time. So while you probably aren't going to get started on that right away, it is definitely you feel like you could do it eventually. Um, uh, as Suma pores over that, Galad is next to Wick.
Morning. Okay,
Morning.
I'll get up. Dust myself off. Hmm. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hey, where's Ruby?
Seems she had some errands this morning.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go out for a quick walk. Gonna check out the Viper.
Okay. Galad, you go ahead and you go downstairs, and you see that um, Thomas and Alphonse, the keepers of the bar, the cook and the keeper, um, are there, kind of like cleaning up. They're doing their
Yeah.
best. They're like repairing chairs that were thrown and smashed. They're mopping up the floors where fistfights had spilled blood onto the floor, or really just various ales and liquors had been splashed onto the floor. Look up at you and go, "Well, hey there. You sleep
Howdy.
all right?"
Yeah, pretty nice room, everything considered.
Well, thanks again for consenting to giving up your room. As you
Yeah.
can see by the attitudes of those folk, they weren't exactly the type that would be easy to say no to.
Yeah, no, you did what was best for you and your business, I understand. Are they, out and about?
Yeah, turns out the captain said something along the lines of, well, hard not to hear him. Surprised he got up as early as he did, considering all the liquor. He drank nearly half my stock last night, at least
Yeah,
collectively.
not shocked.
Um, uh, he yelled at everybody to get back to the ship, except that half orc lady that he kept around him all the time, and the bird.
To not come back? Are they still here?
They just head back to the ship. So I think that those two are still in their room. At least that they haven't checked out or anything like that. But the rest of their crew uh, apparently headed back to port.
Huh, weird. Alright, thank you. I'm gonna go out for a quick walk, alright? So, keep it cool. And, while I'm starting to walk out, I'll leave, my closet, Eduardo, invisible, and he's gonna basically keep an eye on the downstairs entrance just to make sure nothing weird happens while we're gone, like there's a meetup or
It's
anything.
the Eduardo.
Hey, Eduardo, you do what you do.
Alrighty. Anything you want me to like specifically watch out for? Like people are talking, you want to like listen in? You want
Yeah,
to give
yeah,
me
yeah.
a
Or
little signal?
if Sasha leaves, tail them,
Ill. All
tail
right,
them.
cool. Gotcha, boss.
You got it.
Cool. Gallup does that. Um, uh, while I want to say, obviously, we're gonna get to Gallup, gallivanting off to somewhere else really quick. But is there anything Ayla and Sua want to do? So presumably, you guys have set up plans to do something later tonight, but all of you still have plenty of time before then. I want to say it's probably like 9 in the morning at this point. By the time everybody's awake, including Ruby, who's wandered off somewhere. Um, what are your guys' plans and goals for the day? I guess in preparation for attending this play.
I have an idea, but Alok, do you have
But
anything?
you go ahead.
I think Sasha told us a specific box that we should be in. And so I think Suma is probably gonna try going to the theater and seeing if that box is like available to reserve or something. Just like trying to scope out the sitch on like how we get in tonight.
Cool. Awesome. So, Suma is gonna go off at some point to the theater. Gallet is gonna go down to the port city adjacent to Barval, a little ways away. And Alok, what is Alok gonna do?
I feel like it's just more of the same. I
You're
guess
gonna stay put.
You want to come with me? You don't have to, but
well, I think he wants to get a good like outfit, but not like fancy, but like a good roguish one. One he really wants to act up the part of being a rogue more than he actually is, right?
I
'Cause he
love
wants to
that.
show off. So he's gonna maybe like take what he already has, maybe like rip it in a few places and
oh
just
yeah,
make it more edgy, more roguish edgy, just for
Mm-hmm.
this.
Okay. Han
more
Solo
belts.
still, but as if he actually went
Yeah.
through that trash compactor. Okay. Great. So that's something that you can easily and comfortably do from within the in room. So I'm guessing that Elk is just gonna stay put until the appointed time, like journaling, focusing on stuff, and just like staying in the room.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. We're gonna go back around to Gallet. So, as a reminder, you are still considered to be Suma's ward within the city.
Yeah.
Um, how are you going to, or do you want to just keep walking out and try to like stay hidden, or to slip past, or how are you going to navigate the city
I'm gonna try to be more
solo?
stealthy about it, but like since I have gloves on that doesn't necessarily show my denotation, I assume as long as I don't try to climb to higher ranks, I should be fine. And I assume the port town is on the lower ranks because it'd sort of be hard to differentiate it going to a higher one.
Okay, cool.
So I'm just
So
gonna
you're
avoid
gonna,
guards if I can.
yeah, give me just a general stealth check.
I'm cool. I'm light. I'm stealthy.
Cool. I'm gonna say leading into that feature that you used when you first got into the city, like the no knowledge of
The city
cities and how they're,
secrets.
yeah,
Yeah.
the city secrets. I feel like you were able to chart a path that's kind of out of the way where most people are going and where guards are less frequent, and just you're able to blend into the crowd that way.
Does the city have a
Uh,
sewer system?
yeah, it does. It does have an
Okay.
underground sewer system, I would imagine. Yeah.
Okay. Just want to know.
Actually, they just magic away all the. Just kidding. Yeah. You were able to successfully navigate all of that. You were able to go back to the front, and there is a little booth at the front of it, where a lady addresses you. Goes, "How's it going? Are you on your way out of the city?"
Just wanted to check out the harbor real quick.
Oh, you're going for like just a walk out to the harbor. It's not too far away.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
get some fish there. You know, It's been a while since I had some fish.
Yeah, it's only about a mile or two away,
Yeah.
down the way, so perfectly walkable for a fit young man such as yourself.
Well, thank you.
Um, I will need to give you a little bit of a certificate just so people know. Obviously, if you've been in the city, you're able to exit at any time. But it's kind of like when you park your car, like you gotta have the thing to show to people, like on your way out. It's like that basically.
All right. So you need to
So
give
yeah,
me something?
yeah. So she goes ahead and gives it to you, and it just requires a signature.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
I was expecting like the amusement park stamping your hand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I already used the hand stamp thing for something else.
Oh, you did.
I
Yeah.
just went to something else. Yeah, she's like, okay, and are you? I noticed you don't have your badge displayed. Are you a ward of somebody's?
Yeah, it's to a degree. It's just right now I've been given a bit of time of my own, and I'm gonna be picking up some stuff for who I'm working for. So
Right. Well,
yeah.
their name does need to be registered to so when you get back in, you won't encounter any problems.
Okay, okay. Do I remember if Suma used Suma as the name, or was it a different? I'm pretty sure it's the same as Suma, right?
It's been Suma this entire time, I
Yeah, yeah.
believe, because Suma presented the when you first got the badges, it was via the letter from Zisha proclaiming Suma as like an emissary from Yasar, basically. So it
Okay.
would have been under Suma's name.
Hmm. Let's. We're trying to decide of something. Look, okay. I just, I'm not
Go
supposed to.
again.
I'm gonna be honest, ma'am. I'm not really supposed to be out here. I don't really want my ward to know. If there's any way we can avoid doing this, I'm gonna be
Oh.
right in and right out, and I'm gonna try to nudge 10 gold forward. If we could, I'll be right in, right out. There'll be no issues. No issues for you. I'm good.
Well, that's kind of against the rules, sir. And she looks down, she sees the gold, and she considers it for a moment. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
It would just be, easier for you, easier for me.
All right. Prison break episode.
She goes,
It'll be easier for you, easier for me.
she goes, sir, I understand, but and look, I'm not even saying you need your sponsors
Mm-hmm.
consent, but I am gonna have to I'm gonna have to know their name. And
Okay, okay.
in
It's
Uh,
order to not and since that was such a let's call it a brazen play, I'm just
I
you see she
I
like keeps sliding the gold toward herself. I'm just gonna
yeah,
keep
yeah.
these as
Okay,
a
that's
kind of a so that I don't have to kind of
yeah,
take
yeah. No,
cards
that's
after a
extremely
suggestion like that.
yeah, that's extremely fair of you. I'll write it down. Just give it to me.
so it's a bit late, but can we roll our importance?
Yeah, yeah, feel free.
Oh, I already did it last week. I don't.
All right. Who are we fighting? Let me add
Well,
him.
well, well. A nat 20 portent. Interesting.
Nito burrito.
Yeah, does everybody else want to roll theirs?
I already did mine.
You already did yours. What were they? Oh, I see them. You
Mine
got a
was a
19, a
15.
Did I roll
15,
mine then
and a
before?
3. It looks like you're the only one who didn't actually.
I think I said I wanted to do it the day of.
Makes
Yeah.
So that
sense.
makes
Well, there
sense.
you go. Now you won't forget.
Yep.
Cool.
I'll put
Uh,
Sumali's name down.
okay. You put down Suma's name. You see a little like the ink that she's given you. It like flashes gold on the little slip she hands you. She says, "Okay, well, just don't lose this, and you'll be just fine."
Okay. I'll head
And
on
she goes
forward.
ahead, lets you through. So you go ahead and you come back the way you came, unlike the time before where you were on this nice white marble walkways on the sides of the tunnels above the line. You are ushered out. You go through like the check-in building, like with customs. They don't really bother you too much. Having seen the certificate, you're able to just flash it to them, and they let you on their way. So after a bureaucratic wait of about like a
Yeah.
half hour. You're
Oh.
able to exit out. You shuffle. You kind of walk as like it feel. You can tell that it's all different people than that were in this line previously, but it feels like the same people. It feels like the line hasn't budged since you guys entered the city. But you exit out. You follow. So Barveld is a city carved into a mountain, and this entranceway is basically just a tunnel that leads from the face of the mountain all the way into the core, where the city resides. So as you walk up out of the mountain, you taste fresh air for the first time in perhaps a very very long time. You come out. The sky is a little bit overcast and gray. There isn't a lot of natural sunlight happening right now, but you exit out onto this cobblestone road, and you chance a glance behind you because you've never actually seen the mountain this is carved into, but you look, and this is this giant mountain. So by comparison, it's like Mount Pelea is here. This goes about like halfway up Mount Pelea in
Wow.
terms of size, which is still pretty massive. Um, you see that the peak of the mountain has been like smoothed out in this like flat, hollowed caldera that basically is how like natural sunlight can get down into the city. And you can see that like basically halfway down like the slope of the mountain, it's been shaved like this, like shaved flat, in order to form just like a wall, like a gateway to enter into that tunnel, into the city. There's like a lot more lore stuff about like what this wall looks like, but I'm just
Mhm.
gonna move you on through. You go ahead. You take that Marvel Road down. You see that there are plenty of immigrants still coming in, refugees from different places, kind of converging upon the road to head towards there. You see people walking by with their beasts of burden, carrying like sacks and supplies and rations. Most of them nearing empty, until you finally catch sight of the ocean, which happens very shortly afterwards. Um, and you arrive in Blackstone Bay. There is a distant flare of a lighthouse you can see that's been kind of turned off since it is daytime now, but you can see where the lighthouse stands. You see that there is a very decently large pier where a number of ships are docked. Although the details of which you can't make out until you get into the port city proper.
Mhm.
You can see that there's not a lot of amenities here. There's maybe like a couple of inns and taverns and places to eat for the people who like need to like rest right after getting off their ship before making it into the city, but not a whole lot in terms of uh, permanent structures or like housing or anything like that. It's kind of just a way to get from the ocean into the city. So what do you want? You want to just like head straight to the pier and just like look at what ships are docked there?
Generally, beforehand, I want to just take note of the sailors that are there. If they, if I hear any hubbub or the seas are being worse or the fish are getting harder to catch nowadays, general gossip, and then on my way to the Viper, or just generally all the ships to see if there's any interesting ones. I'm gonna try to keep a low profile to just in case Seabane is on his ship and he's looking at the crowd.
Okay, so go ahead. So from what Thomas and Alphonse told you, Seabane and Sasha were the only people who remained in the inn.
And the
Everybody
bird.
else and the bird are still at
Oh, okay.
the at the fool's errand
I thought it was
in
just
theory.
Sasha at the end.
Yeah,
But
so
okay,
Seabane, Sasha, and the bird are still at the fool's errand allegedly. The
perfect.
rest of the crew was sent back. So you just want to make that stealth roll to see if you can kind of like surreptitiously gather some information.
Yeah, but I'm gonna. I got some stuff, so I'm gonna go invisible, and I'm gonna give myself just basically advantage on that roll and whatnot.
Oh, yeah,
So
for sure.
I go invisible.
Nice.
Okay.
Doing your best Alok impression. You sneak your way through the kind of the bustling crowds of like. You see that in contrast with the refugees who are flocking inland towards Barvault, a lot of the seafaring folk, the people you can tell at a glance from your time as a sailor, as sailors, they seem to be heading, trying to make for the ocean as soon as possible. Everybody who can get out of Palea via ship is trying to get off Palea via ship. Um, and the general mood you get is that in this uncertain time, there are a lot of people who trust the ocean more than what might be happening here on the island. But at the same time, you do hear rumors and kind of like quiet whispers of a certain force sinking ships left and right all across Ila's oceans.
So hype.
You hear talk about the burning of the Gone. You hear talk about like just a propensity of natural disasters that have been happening pretty much everywhere. Um, but particularly amongst these sailing folk, you hear talk about what you would assume is the Red Wraith, but
Yeah.
they're just calling a force that has been striking ships down.
And
Having
near
yeah.
Oh, and near like the fishery, is there any talk of basically any of the wildlife being harder to get to, or
Yeah,
any
I
big
think you
changes there?
definitely, if you're gonna take the time to
Yeah.
keep up your visibility and keep doing that, yeah, you see they taught that fish have been becoming harder and harder to catch.
Okay. And any specific kind of monsters or anything becoming more of an issue, like migrating or being forced out of certain natural habitats?
Um, I feel like I would normally ask for roles for this kind of stuff, but I feel like your questions are so very like directed
I
that
have nature with proficiency if you want me to roll that.
no. I think it's great.
Okay.
It's like you don't need an investigation check if you're looking right under the rug
Yeah, yeah.
for the
Okay,
key. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's like that kind of thing. Yeah, I think that you do hear some people talking about like, hey, the whole world's gone to shite, hasn't it? First the fish leave, then the monsters get hungry. When the monsters get hungry, they come after us. That kind of a thing.
Okay.
And talk here and there of going, it's not just food we got to watch out for. It's also the specter. And the other guy goes, like the specter of the auditorium, of the amphitheater. I heard that showing at the over in Barvold right now. I was like, no, the other one, the one that's been claiming lives left and right. So you do hear a lot of that kind of talk going on.
Okay, good.
Eventually, after gathering this information, you do come upon what you could only assume to be the Viper. It is a massive warship, um, both huge and sleek at the same time, with like ragged green sails with like the like and black and gold on the sails. It's like the face of a viper coming out towards you. This a similar pattern is upon their flag as well. The whole ship seems to be themed around like a dark green hull with these like golden accents upon the railings and the prow of the ship as well. But you see that, um, like instead of a normal prow with like kind of like a figurehead, like you guys have like I think right now you have a skeleton
It's
mermaid
like a mermaid skeleton, yeah.
mermaid skeleton. Instead of like a distinct prow and underneath it a
Mhm.
figure, the entire front of the ship curves into the head of a snake whose jaws are open, and this thing is like extremely intricately carved,
Oh,
um and as you it would be hard to tell more because obviously it's at port. If you want to make an investigation check on it,
yeah,
you can get closer and do that.
for sure.
On
19.
a 19, you chance to look over and you kind of like examine it really well, and you can see scratches on like the snake head, and it's like massive. It's like basically like the entire
Yeah.
front part
Like a
of the
ramming
ship.
head.
Like it's basically a ramming hit, and you can tell because there are like scratch marks and scuff marks of like metal and like chunks blown off by cannonballs, like dings from where this thing has bit into other ships. In fact, with a 19 investigation, you feel that it would not be unreasonable to think that this thing could move. or has the ability to come alive. in some
Wow,
fashion.
that's spooky as all heck. Does it look like it's alive right now?
No, no.
Okay, oof. Okay,
But it
well,
looks like the jaw could
yeah.
shut if it needed to.
While invisible, put my hand in my pockets and very quietly walk up on the ship.
Okay. Um, I'm going to need another stealth check
Yep.
with advantage, but uh, noise is a factor here. Okay, you really
Okay.
hit that nat one and said never again. Okay. You see, the gangplank is down as you know some of the people aboard the pirates aboard the Viper are kind of milling about, killing time until their captain gets back. You hop up aboard the ship, and it feels like a real pirate
Yeah.
ship. You know, there's people like arm wrestling in the
Yeah,
background.
I
There's
missed
people like
this. It's been a
there's
while.
people like cursing and swearing. A bunch of them are already drunk. You do chance to hear the faint notes of a shanty being sung below deck. It seems bustling, um, uh, and alive. It seems happy here, at least for the moment.
Is the captain quarters evident?
Yeah, yeah. It definitely has like the kind of captain quarters where it's like above deck, like how like it's like the back half of the ship becomes the captain's quarters, like kind of like beneath like the steps on. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that is there.
I'm gonna head towards the captain's quarters.
You approach it. Do you if you do you like just like, kind of try to open the door?
I'm gonna do that thing where like you don't open it, but you just see if you can turn it.
It is for sure locked.
All right, I take my lock picking tools and I give it a shot. Lock.
Um, hold on. Give me a
Yeah.
second to see if does lock
It's
picking
not an attack nor a spell.
attack nor spell. Okay, okay, got it.
So I take my tools and let's see if we're good. Hey, not bad.
Okay. Um, you attempt to pick this lock,
Darn it.
but you see that as you like click it open, you feel the mechanism of the knob turn slightly, and a little arcane flashes around it.
Always the worst. Is there any on the bottom of the door, is there any little hole or like not little hole but like little area down there?
Yeah, I would say that there is a small hole at the bottom. You surmise likely damage from fighting that has happened aboard this deck. As you look around, there's definitely like slash marks on the mast. There's like
Mhm.
scuff marks like on just the deck from where people have been fighting constantly here.
Okay, okay. I'm going to take out my sending stone and to Alok. Hey, Alok. Can you
Yeah.
ask Suma if a door can be locked with an arcane lock? If you were on the inside, could you just open the door?
Right. I'll go ask him. I look around and
Yeah, as soon as like getting ready to go out and check out the theater.
yeah. Well, is Suma still there? I figure he.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I still there at that
I
point?
figure he'd be gone.
I feel like I would be gone, but I don't
Okay, maybe
know.
Suma's gone. Okay. Up to you. You can just decide to be gone, or you can like roll a luck check for yourself if you like.
I guess
Well,
I'll roll
how
for
long
it
did it take for Gallic to get
because
there, and how long
It
was
took a
Suma still
while.
around?
I had to wait even 30 minutes, just like
Yeah.
Yeah, Gallup's been gone
It's
for
yeah,
a
like
two
a
hours
while.
and
I
30 minutes.
I
So,
honestly I feel like I would have headed out
yeah,
by
it's fine.
then.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
fine.
not trying to be ornery, but
Yeah, no,
I
no,
feel
it's
like
fine.
No,
yeah.
no, no. I mean, we're nerfing ourselves,
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's fine.
honestly, I think it's just right.
Alok can tell me.
Yeah. I'll look around. And I'll be like, huh. I just look around. I don't know what to do, so I'll just message back. Um, Suma's not here. He left. Did Suma tell me where he went?
Yes, I would have told you where it's going.
Okay. He went to see if we can get tickets ahead of time to get the right seats.
This is fairly important. Can you send him a letter and have him give me the answer with sending? This is a fairly important thing.
Alok like does the math, like goddamn magic is confusing.
Yeah.
And he's like, sure, I'll try that. And yeah, he'll write up a very quick letter saying, send Gallet a message on whether or not locks can be sealed with magic.
No, 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 no. Okay, what I asked, so we don't waste anything.
What did you ask?
If there's an arcane lock on a lock,
Yeah.
can you open it normally if you were on the inside?
Oh.
As in, like, I can't open it here.
Okay.
If I was on the inside, could I open it without any issues, or would
Right,
it have to
gotcha.
be broken?
Cool. Okay. I'll say that then. Yeah.
Cool. I personally don't know, but Sumap would probably know because that
Yeah,
can be
give
wizard
me
spell.
give me an Arcana check for sure.
Come on, high roll.
21.
On a 21, the arcane unlock only makes it more difficult to break or open. It does not prevent it from doing that. What I said was just for flavor. How the spell works is it increases the DC by 10 for the lockpicking check.
Okay, so in
I will
theory,
tell you that
yeah.
by a 21 Arcana check.
So in
If
theory,
you-
I'd be able to open it if I was inside because it works like a normal
Well,
lock.
if you're inside, okay. Well, here's the thing about arcane lock is that you on a 21. I assume Suma would know this. Is that like if someone was on the inside, they can designate people who can open the door, and they can also speak a password. So like if someone was inside who was supposed to be inside, like presumably they could open it because you can assign them permission via the spell.
That is true.
So would Suma even have sent anything back?
Yeah, I mean, I only have 25 words, so I can't communicate that. Oh, here. Let me type 25 words while Viv comes on.
Perfect timing.
Hello!
Hi.
Hi, Viv.
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy. Hola.
They got TPK'd, so we restarted the campaign.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds
sorry.
good.
Yeah.
It's weird
know
that
you
you were the
are-
one that killed us, but like I guess you're allowed to make
Yeah.
those
Why did you tell him to
decisions.
do that? That was messed up.
Yeah, I mean, I asked her not to, but she kind of pulled my, kind of made it impossible to refuse.
I mean, you can't railroad us, you know? If I wanted to stab
True.
everybody, you know?
That's true. You
That's
know
just
me.
how it be.
I do be hating railroads.
Mm-hmm. That's the worst form of transportation you can have.
It really is. I'm just...
Mhm.
To catch you up, Viv.
Yeah.
Suma is going to check out the theater to see how the best way to get
Play.
into the box. Yeah, that Sasha mentioned that she was going to be at. Alok is chilling in the room, trying to prepare for perhaps a meeting with Draga, if that indeed is what happens. And Gallet is at the basically in Blackstone Bay, trying to check out the Viper, which is Seabane's ship.
Oh, so we really all split up then.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we
fine.
did.
It's fine.
You were the
with me.
first one. Just saying.
Yeah,
I started it.
it's sort of on you.
Yep, my favorite thing. I love
I'm a
how
trend-
it makes the plot go faster.
That's true.
Right, I have something for you, Gallet.
Especially
Alright.
when one gets sent to prison, like Gallet.
I will send to you. Arcane Lock makes it more difficult to pick. If you haven't been designated permission and don't have a password, either lockpick well or dispel it.
I know dispel. What is Suma on about? Oh, actually, since that was a reply, you heard all that me grumbling to myself, like, oh, like Simba knows. Yeah, good job.
Sounds about right.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just looking at what I can maybe do. Yeah. Let's see. You finish up. Darn it. No easy way about this, huh? How big is the ship, like long lengthwise?
Like 100 feet.
And
I
at
know how big ships are.
okay,
I
okay,
felt that.
okay, and at the since I'm at the back of the
Yeah.
since I'm at the back of it, I'd be closer than like 90 feet to the water.
Yeah, much so. Yeah, you're basically like maybe like 30 feet away. 20.
Hmm, that's not
Well, not
bad.
including like the vertical distance since you are above
Yeah.
water, but yeah.
Screw it. I just think that in my head. Screw it, and I'm gonna just take off my little ring, and I'm gonna try to move it underneath the door, and then go in the ring.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, making plans, plans.
That is something within the abilities of your ring to do. You as you like roll it under, man, I'm gonna need I guess I guess this would be a sleight of hand check
All right.
to because you're trying to roll a ring into like a small like crack in this door.
Hey, oh yeah. I mean, I got that.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
Yep.
Not bad.
You successfully take off the ring, still holding onto it. At the last second when you set it into motion, you slip inside of it. The force of that, you like. I guess that doesn't technically break your invisibility. You
No,
roll into it. The ring rolls through the hole, and you are able to come back up, having exhausted your use of that ability for the day.
we're not getting that chest back in for the day, but let's see what's in here.
um, great. You look around. Seabane's private quarters are chock full of weapons. And you see like there's a massive chart, like a map of Ela with various red pins stuck into it.
Ooh.
You see I guess give me are you looking for something in particular? Because you see, a large, kind of like
Uh,
a
honestly,
large bed.
I'm
Everything here is kind of tacky, and everything in here looks like it was taken from another ship at some point.
perfect. I do basically just want to look at everything to it. Like, I want to spend some time in here and look at everything. The main things, if you want me to like name them more, is anything that I'd find useful, like a magic item or a gun, or any kind of interesting information like that map you were telling me. And fourth of all,
Mhm.
I'm looking at the back of if he has paintings at the back of the map. I am looking to see just in case if he has a treasure map.
Okay.
Oh, and money, of course, money.
Okay. Give me. Okay. So you're gonna take. I'm gonna forego the roll because you're gonna spend a lot of time in here.
No one's
I
getting
will
in.
say that the amount of time you would spend to really fully check everything out, including all the time walking through town, will have. I'm pretty sure used up your invisibility, unless.
Yeah. By now, I imagine it's pretty much gone. But like, there's no windows
Yeah.
that can like just look in here, right?
No, not into
Okay.
this room. It's an hour. Okay. Yeah, so it's a flat hour. So you are able to look around. You note. Okay, so you are able to find a little ledger that seems to correspond to what the red pins in this map are. They seem to correspond with the downings or the destructions of ships in Ela's waters. So you can see that they're primarily clustered around Loki, but around Edelheim, around Galen, and around Tirai, a little bit near Palea, there are like sporadic instances of ships being claimed and destroyed.
All right.
You see that Seabane seems to have been making a note of these. The way that he is documenting them makes it seem like he finds this out of the ordinary or suspect in some
Yeah.
way.
Is there seemingly any kind of pattern?
Other than it's clustered mostly around Laki and more radiating outwards. So Palea's a distance away from Laki and has not been hit quite as hard or as often. But uh, that is the general pattern of it that you can
Okay.
determine.
Makes sense.
Something else that you find is that you find a small scroll, and it says, "Dearest Captain Seabane, you are herefore cordially invited to the Pirates' Council. As you are well aware, there has not been a pirate king in quite some time. However, due to the current state of the sea, it has been determined that despite the absolute vote gridlock that we have been suffering for the past couple of years, that a council must be held and a king must be determined. We pray that your presence can be counted upon the deck of Leviathan. Sincerely, Shmi."
Me. And that's all the information. It's on the Leviathan. They're assuming he knows where that is and all that.
They're assuming he knows where that is. The Leviathan is up on the list of the legendary pirate ships that you have.
Ah, yeah, I know. I just wanted
Yes.
to make sure that there's no coordinates. But his name
Or
they go by Shmi.
yeah, this guy's name is Shmi. What's wrong
Okay.
with that?
Such a good name.
Perfect.
His name's Shmi.
So good.
um, yeah. What else? I would say that's the kind of stuff that's like lying out
Okay.
in about that you could, with any amount of time, the time taken, you could find relatively easily. If you want to like rifle through his drawers, which you will probably
Oh,
also
yeah.
be locked. Okay, so you rifle through like this. He has this big like mahogany desk with like a bunch of these drawers that you assume he writes on. The drawers all seem to be locked, presumably all they may be arcanically locked, or they might just be regular, but they will require another lockpicking check.
Oh, yeah, I'll give it another shot. Why not? Ah.
It's the same modifier, so a 17. A 17, this one is not locked with arcane means.
Huh?
So you try the first drawer you find, and all you see is a little in like it's interesting because it's face down. It looks to be a picture frame, where people might put like a small portrait. It's face down. As you lift it up, you hear the crinkle uh, um, of broken glass shifting around. You look at it, and you see aboard what you recognize as the Viper, a much younger Tarek Seabane, a much younger Captain Greenhide, and a half-elven woman that you do not recognize. They seem to be kind of like all like arms around each other's shoulders, lifting a glass to something, and it seems to be like like a painting that was commissioned by somebody.
Nice. That goes in my bag of holding. For sure.
Okay.
Do I make another check for the lower drawers?
You can, yeah, you absolutely can.
Okay. Uh, these tools.
On a 23, you were able to open another one of these drawers. What you find inside is a case of ammunition for a flintlock pistol.
All right, now I just need to find the pistol.
You also find like an old compass, and some crumpled up sheets of paper, like parchment paper.
Anything on them?
It appears to be more drafts of that letter to Dragahearth.
Wow, really? Took a while.
He's been trying to do this for a while.
Let me check if I have a compass. I might not. Yeah, I don't think I have a compass. I'll pocket the compass too.
Okay.
Next one.
You find that all the rest of them are locked with arcane locks.
Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. No one ever makes things easy, huh?
You got so many things already. What are you talking about?
No one makes things easy.
How much easier could it get?
Yeah.
Cool. I think as you decide what to do next, we're gonna cut over to Suma. Suma, we're gonna flash back a couple of hours. You are walking the streets of Bar Vault. Gold badge at the ready in case you ever need to flash it to any guards who might look your way. You find that the Blackstone amphitheater is actually in the Stone district. But it happens to be very kind of like in the back. Sorry, not in the back, but kind of near the center, near where the levitating platforms are that would lift you up to the second and to the finally to the third levels. So it seems to be in a place that is easily accessible by everybody from every class. Um, Theater for everybody is apparently something that was thought about. It is a pretty large, massive structure. It is primarily like black stone, as you would imagine, not obsidian, but like black bricks of stone, with red and gold accents spilled out everywhere in massive like curling patterns. Um, you approach these grand red and gold carpeted steps up to basically a ticketing booth. And you see that the show, the title of the show, "The Spectre of the Amphitheater," is like kind of in bold letters on the marquee, with like a copy of the theater program kind of like up on a little easel, displaying a little poster. You see that the primary soprano of the theater, whose name is Aria Greybeard, is going to be out for this performance, and the will actually be performed by her understudy, who is her little sister, Dolores Greybeard. That's not relevant. It's just for flavor.
It's relevant.
I am
I'm gonna
definitely
make
putting
it
in my
relevant.
notes. Excellent. Yeah, I will head up the steps and see if anyone's home.
Yeah, you see that there is a young man at the front. He goes, well, howdy there, distinguished gentlemen. Are you here to inquire about any ticket sales? How can I help you?
Why, yes, I am, actually. Um, I was recommended an excellent view by a couple of my friends, and I was wondering if this particular booth was available for tonight.
Uh, uh, oh, you're referring to Box 2. Is this your first time at Blackstone Amphitheater? You new to the city?
Yes, it is. I've never been to Bar Vault before. First time.
Well, you are in for the experience of a lifetime because Bar Vault's amphitheater is we do not we don't do boxes in the traditional way, where most theaters have two wings on the sides with boxes that come out so that you can view them kind of above everybody. Bar Vault uses our levitating platform technology
Wow.
to have boxes that fly directly over the other seats, in order to get you the best view of the action. They are also able to be moved around, and they are programmed to move in a fashion to optimize per production each viewing experience. So, if perhaps the thrust of the action is happening stage right, then all of the platforms will move accordingly so that each individual attendee gets the best possible view of the scene transpiring.
Goodness, well, that sounds exciting. I've never had such an experience before. Is there any availability for tonight?
Well, Box 2 has been completely booked up, unfortunately. Although I can get you into Box 1, which is directly adjacent to it. It flies at a lower altitude, though, I will say. But it is, just as nice. The amenities may not be quite as great. The seating isn't quite as good. But yeah, Box 2 has been completely booked up by a you see he consults his little ledger and he goes, booked up by the city themselves. It was from on high, apparently.
Oh, fascinating. Um, well, I suppose I will take the closest thing that you have. Whatever provides the most authentic experience that is still open.
Uh, Understood. How many tickets am I reserving this for?
Well, I had a question about that. When I came into the city, I was told that I could bring one companion with me, but I do have a couple of others I would like to bring, if that's possible.
Yeah, well, as a gold badge member of Barval, as an entry here, you are able to take one of your wards up there. If you have additional wards, you will have to pay for each of them per head.
And how much would that be?
Well, you see, he crunches up some numbers. He says, "Well, you're in luck. It turns out, well, I'm sure you've already seen the marquee, but since the great Arya Greybeard isn't going to be performing tonight, this particular performance is in much less demand than most would be. A couple people have already refunded their tickets. Looks like it's only going to run you about 300 per head."
Hmm. That's definitely lower than it could be, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, usually these cost about 1,000. One of the boxes, I mean, it's a one of a kind experience. You won't regret it.
Well, I don't know. I think perhaps my other two wards can take the regular seats for tonight. Um, Curious though, is there a reason why Arya wasn't able to feature in this performance? I mean, I'm sure Dolores is lovely as well, but did she fall ill or something?
Well, that's just the damnedest thing. We actually haven't heard of her. I've heard from her all
Oh,
day. It was like a last minute thing. Which, funny enough, that actually kind of happens in Spectre of the Amphitheater.
hmm.
Yeah, the lead
Coincidence? I think
soprano
not.
disappears, and the young ingenue kind of has to like take up her place.
Fascinating. Um, well then it'll just be me and my single ward for box one then for tonight.
All right. Well, I can check you out right now. You want me to check you out right now, or do you want to charge it to your badge?
I may charge it to badge.
Got it. Understood. Okay. Goes ahead and does that. You feel your badge glow a little bit, and you hear a little like money draining from invisible accounts. You were able to check that. I think as this is happening, you then get that message from it. You feel a little burst of like energy in your pocket. You reach down, you get that letter from Alok saying, "How does arcane lock work?"
Yeah. Cool. Very interesting. But I think that's all I have. Um, Out of curiosity, I asked this
Yeah.
lovely
What's up,
individual, what's your name, by the way?
Jeffrey?
Ah, yes. Um,
It's a
Jeffrey.
traditional dwarven name.
No, I knew many Jeffreys when I was in Cobra. Um, but I was wondering, I was hoping to sit next to a couple of companions of mine. I don't know if their names have been put down yet. Um, but there was one by the name of Tarek Seabane.
Um, Let me see if any of those has been reserved. Um, no, we don't have that anywhere. Um, Not in our ledgers.
interesting. Perhaps they're behind on getting their tickets, but
Yeah, perhaps, perhaps. Although some people um often come as guests of other people, so they
Mhm.
may not be. For example, your name would be here, but your ward wouldn't necessarily be have their name here. They would just be admitted with you.
of course. All right. Well, that's it for me, Jeffrey. I will be back later.
All right. Well, enjoy the show. It's gonna be a doozy. Uh, cool. So Suma, you go off and do that. We cut now to Ruby. Ruby, where would you say you are right now? I'll let you put yourself at the scene of the crime.
How long has it been since I disappeared?
Like 3-4 hours.
I would have been done with my task by now, I think. Depending on the depth and breadth of the contraband that I was collecting.
Yeah, go ahead and give me just roll me a luck check, just roll a d20 to see how many you were able to get. Okay, on a 9, it takes you a while. I think your attitude at the onset of it is a little intimidating to a lot of people, and so a lot of people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. But you are eventually able to, come across some people who know what you are speaking of and are able to go ahead and give me an intimidation check, but roll it with advantage.
What would that? Oh, right there. Okay, I've never used it before. Oh.
There you go. So you are able to like kind of scare some people into being like, okay, here, fine, take it. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't that good. Just hands it over to you. You receive the full collection, one copy of it. But you aren't able to find many people who actually own it physically. But you do encounter some people who like know what you're talking about. But you are only able to acquire the one physical copy so far.
Oh, they said full collection.
Like the whole book,
Oh.
like a copy of it.
So people have just like pages of it?
Yeah, it's basic. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Was that a tail?
Yeah, it was a tail.
What you get is basically it's like when people distribute a pamphlet or a zine, you're able to get one full copy, and you're able to encounter some people who just have read it or heard of it.
Okay. Got it. If I were to read it, do I glean any new information, or is it just like more of the same?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check as you read through it. On a
Damn it.
9, I think that you're when you read it, it's so colored by what you want it to be that you get pretty much the same thing out of it as you imagined you would. Just a lot of like a little bit of anger, a little bit of frustration, a lot of eye rolling.
Well, contemplates burning it or keeping it so that she can glean more.
Interesting though, I think what you do notice when you hold it is that it's not on paper, it's on very thin leaves of like metal. It's like thin enough that it is able to be held, but it has a heft to it. But it's basically engraved in miniature onto like leaves of essentially like steel sheets thin enough to act as paper.
So someone actually like got a printing press or something and like
Did
did
this. Yeah. Yeah. It's extra. It's a production.
Probably read through it, just so I can kind of get familiar with what they say. And then I would like to burn it or melt it. Get rid of it.
What will you use to burn it? Like, will you use your own magic, or how will you burn it?
Definitely call lightning.
Okay, call lightning in the middle of the street. Just incinerate it.
I don't know if anything I have would have that effect. I mean, Sacred Flame is more like radiant damage than it is like.
I will say that your gauntlets certainly have the ability to crush it.
Okay. Let's do that then. Just like
You
hammer it out.
you're able to like wally it, basically like
Mm,
trash compact it into like a tiny little cube.
beautiful.
And you're feel free to hold on to it or just toss it as far as you can. Do whatever you want with it.
I'll just put it in my pocket for now.
Okay. Step it back into your pocket. Now disfigured beyond any recognition, no longer legible to anybody or anything. Cool. Alok.
Yep.
You sit inside of the inn room. You hear 3 taps at the window.
Window. What are they? What kind of taps? Like, does I don't know how to explain it. Like metal on glass, or
Something solid rapping on the window.
I feel like I know what it is. Kind of afraid to check it out. Are there like curtains over the window right now, or
Not at the moment, no.
so can I see what's in the window?
Yeah, you turn and you don't see anything at first, and then you see an eagle pop its head into frame and rap on the door 3 more times with its beak.
An eagle?
An eagle.
That's not the pair I thought it was. Okay. Boy. Uh, I'm gonna get my sending phone. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna
Text
message.
Gallet.
Yeah, I'm gonna text Gallet. Yeah.
Text Gallet.
Gallet, there's an eagle pecking at the window right now. Um, kind of like strange. It might be like someone's familiar, maybe, or a message, but I don't know if I should let it in.
Well, it's probably someone's familiar. Good news, usually familiars aren't as good as mine, so that's that. That bird has already seemed to have found you, and it's not attacking you, so your options
It
are
can't. There's a window.
immediately kill it or let it in and see if it's carrying a message.
I suppose either way, I open the window.
Yeah.
All right, I'll open the
Wait,
window.
wait, hold on, by the way.
No, it's fine. I got it.
Ah, okay. Now, how do I keep this open? Alright.
Yeah, okay, fuck it. I'll walk up to the window and I'll open it.
You open it, the eagle immediately flies into the room and settles majestically on top of the desk. You see tied to its leg is a tiny little scroll. The ribbon around it a deep red color.
Red. Okay. I will go up to the eagle and attempt to take the message from it if it allows me.
It stares daggers into you, but as you approach, it lifts up a leg
Yeah.
so that you're able to slide the note out. I'm assuming you read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You read it. The letter reads, "Hey kid, I've seen a lot of shit in my lifetime. Done a lot of crazy things. But let me tell you, I don't know if I've ever seen anything half as crazy than a dead boy sending me a letter after 7 years in the grave. Then again, stranger things have happened. So I'm choosing to believe that this is really you. Also, I think it would make it more fun if it was really you. So, going with that. If I were you, I'd get out of Bar Vault as soon as possible. There's bad people there. Things going on that you probably wouldn't want to get involved with. If you really need to meet, send another letter back, and I can come. If you want to chat under less arduous circumstances, I have a little place in the Far Isles. I can send you more details if you ever want to come. No guarantee I'll still be there by the time you do, but it's better than nothing. I don't know how you came back. In fact, I'm a little angry you wrote, because after you disappeared, your parents hired me to try and find you. And I searched the ends of the islands, didn't catch a trace. So for you to find me before I could find you... I mean, I guess there's something to be said about the students surpassing the master, but it is a little bit frustrating. If anything, I kind of want to meet just to figure out how you did it. I mean, I taught you how to hide, but not that well. Anyway, I'm happier to hear that you're alive and doing okay, more than I am disappointed that you've been out of sight for this long. But I'd write home to your folks, maybe. I don't know shit about family or anything, and I never have, but let me tell you, I've never taken a job pro bono in my life. But when I saw the looks on your parents' faces when they realized you were gone, I decided to do them that one favor. P.S. If you have any food lying around, please feed Audrey. Bar Vault is a really hard place for birds to fly into. They have to go all the way up to the hole at the top of the mountain and then fly down into the city. It's a pain in the ass. She's probably tired and cranky. So if you got any, please do. Love. E.H.
Just look at the eagle. Probably still like staring daggers. It's like, okay.
Is there anything else that you wrote in the letter that I didn't address? Just wanted to make sure I covered everything.
I think that was it. It was mostly just about, hey, I'm here. Come talk to us, right?
I mean, wait, hold on. She didn't really address the whole love letter, right?
She didn't.
She didn't.
But would she have?
Oh, that's
Would
a good
she
question.
have? Is the question.
That's up to you.
You turn the page.
Okay.
There's something written on there. But can you want to give me an investigation check?
Okay. Something in code, maybe. That's actually true. I want to look through the whole thing for anything in code. Any like
Yeah, give me an investigation.
trickery stuff. Where the hell is it? There it is.
On a 24, there is something written on the back in invisible ink.
Oh.
You would need a source of flame in order to read it.
Okay. I imagine maybe not, but maybe there's like a fireplace going, or actually no, it's probably pretty warm. You don't need a fireplace, do you?
Yeah, probably not. But you
I'll
can go
just light a quick
downstairs,
fire.
see if there's any candles. Yeah, there's definitely probably a candle.
I probably have stuff, right? Yeah, if there's a candle lit nearby, I'll just get that and use that.
You light it, hold it over, and as these washes of the letters kind of spill out from the center where the flame is heating up the parchment, and you watch the letters begin to appear on the opposite side. It says PPS. That wasn't too far off how the old boy actually writes his love letters, by the way. Good eye.
Good job, Gallet. Good job. And Suma. Actually, I think we all wrote that, right?
It was a team
Yeah, it was a team effort.
It was a team effort, yeah. Cool. All right, I'll just roll it back up, and I'll get like some
You
bread.
didn't
or
ask
something.
specifically about the ring or anybody like that, so and I don't think she would have volunteered that information unless you specifically was like, "I'm gonna fight the ring" or whatever.
I'll kill them all. You know me.
No,
The
I think that'd be
bloodthirsty.
more for the in-person talk as well. Are we taking care of the ring before we leave here? Is that a thing? I don't really know, but I'll just roll it back up. I'll get like a little piece of bread or whatever would be a decent food for the bird.
Audrey eats it happily and then flies out the window, unless you want to send something back to Draga in some way. like an item instead of a letter.
I don't really know if I have a keepsake necessarily that would like confirm it to me. I don't really have anything. So I'll just send the bird back. It says.
Okay, you send the bird back. Bird, Audrey flies off into the sky, up through the hole in the mountain, and off to presumably the Far Isles, where Draga is staying, working a job? Question mark. But you do have a location, and she has expressed interest in if you really wanted to meet, send a follow-up letter, and she'll come. Or you can visit her, and that's a choice that you can make. But you have confirmed, you have kind of made contact officially, and you know that she has a way of finding you. How exactly she did that is heretofore unknown. How she knew you to send Audrey there, but there you go. Great. Gallet, we're gonna cut back to Gallet. Gallet, what are you doing in this room? So you've kind of like picked all the locks that you have the ability to easily pick, that haven't been sealed with arcane locks. You would presume some of the more important or valuable personal effects of the captain have been sealed away. What do you do?
Real quick, I'm gonna just try with one lock. Maybe the others are just like the one on the door is the strongest arcane, but I'm just gonna check real quick if like I think I won't be able to do this, but let me check.
Certainly not.
Ah, dang it. All right, my brow starts to sweat. I've been here a little bit. All right, it's time for this to really make its comeback. This is why I got it. I take out my mason's tools with the chisel and the hammer, and I'm gonna try to chisel around the lock so I can pull the lock out.
You want to damage
Yes.
the integrity of the desk, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead make that check.
I do not have proficiency with mason's tools, so I assume just dexterity.
Mason's tools. That might be dexterity. It might be strength. Let me double check. Because it's about chipping into stone. Usually, this is like a wooden desk. I'm going to say this is a strength check.
Hey, that's fine with me. I'm good with that. I'm the captain of the ship, and here we go. Here we go.
Certainly not. So you're using a tool that's made for stone onto wood.
Well, a chisel isn't a chisel more for wood?
Mason's tools are specifically for stone.
Okay, okay. So no dice is just like I'm not really getting through it.
You're kind of like making dents into the wood, but it's pretty fine mahogany. You're gonna have to like saw into it.
Yeah, that's the plan. All right. Well, I was going about this the nice and stealthy way. From my ring, just the giant blade comes out, and I slashed it. I'm gonna try to bisect it.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Wave blade. Yo, sick. A 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you make contact with it, but it is not in a way that is super. You damage it, but the specificity of like trying to cut a hole around the lock has not been achieved. As a result of this, however, you do notice that makes a sound.
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately take my second attack. Wow.
Hey, you hear something? You know what I think I do? I think it's coming from the captain's quarters. Did he come back to the ship? Nah, I don't think he did. Should one of us check it out? Yeah, but it ain't gonna be me. Well, it ain't gonna be me. Well, one of us has to check it out. How about we play rock, paper, scissors for it? You know I can't play that. I have 2 hook hands. And you hear some arguing outside of the door as footsteps begin to draw closer.
Crap. Can I put anything in front of the door, like the bed? Like try to make it...
You barricade it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Dragging the
Yeah.
bed across the hall, scraping it, barricading the door.
I need another shot at this. I need to open it. I'm going to go with the wave blade.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
well, that's a
Give me-
19
give-
finally.
Give me a second attack.
All right, finally.
You cut up this drawer. It is not elegant.
No.
It is not graceful.
Probably
at this
destroyed
point in your
something.
State of panic. But you cut a hole into it so that you can just like reach in.
Yeah, I'm
and
just
pull
real
something
quick.
out.
Real quick. Looking if there's anything of value, just like throwing it all out.
Okay. You reach in. And your hand finds something cool to the touch. And the moment you touch it, your entire body stiffens with a shiver. Like a pulse of energy rockets through your body. You immediately feel the entire ship rocked by a strong wave. You hear the 2 pirates outside the door. The hell was that? Do you hold on to this thing or do you drop it back where it came from?
I hold on and put it in my bag.
You hold on and put it into your bag. Okay. After that brief moment of chaos, you are able to do something else now.
Okay, so I hear the guys, they're at the door at this point.
Yeah.
I push my look so hard. All right. From my ring, a little bubble envelops me, and I'm going to thunder step out.
Okay.
And I'm going to go straight into the water and immediately start swimming away.
Okay. So what you want to do is go out through the door so that you can see the water. Because as we've established, you can't see, there's no windows. So you can't see out of the room. So you'd have to open the door, push past everybody, and then use thunder. Or at least like the moment you open the door, use thunder step out.
Yeah, I do just realize that I thought it was something that I could do without seeing. And ooh boy, that is an unfortunate set of events, huh? That's me not knowing my spells well. Well, that sucks. Okay, so the plan is basically they're going for the door now, right?
Yeah. You can still do that. It's you will be seen.
Yeah, no, that's
and heard.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to grab and wrap myself around his blanket because I assume on a bed he has a blanket.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to wrap it around me enough just so I can see with one eye through. And then when they open the door, I'm just going to bamf over the water and over the deck, into the water, and then just swim away. That's the attempt.
Okay.
That's the attempt.
I'm going to make some rolls to see how competent these guys are. Okay. They roll a 6 and a 7. So, as they open the door, you see one of them appears to have muttered some kind of passphrase to unlock the door. And as the door comes open, they go, "Oh my God, it's a ghost!" And you, the giant thunder step, blown back a little bit. The entire ship goes on high alert as you.
I go deep into the water and start swimming away.
Fall into the water. As you swim away, you descend into the depths and you feel a pulse flash out from your pocket. It almost feels like a beam of light is coming from you and leading out into the ocean. Like deep into the ocean.
Well, I'm already in this, so I'm going to just go a bit more into the ocean because I have to make my distance anyways. Might as well follow the light a little.
As you go, you hear a voice in your head. "Oh, well done, Gallet. Well done."
Happy you're happy with that. Hey, things got a little bit tense at the end there.
The methods I care little for. But already you found one of them. One of the tears that were lost to me so long ago.
What does it do?
It leads you to where it all began, and where one day it will all end. Calypso fades from your mind in a bout of wicked laughter.
That's not concerning at all. All right, I just start making a right away from it.
You eventually head back.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to fast forward us
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. Onto, I'm going to say it's around dinner time, maybe like 2 hours before the show. Show is like at 8 p.m. It's like about 6 p.m. right now. You all reconvene at the Fool's Errand and are able to talk amongst yourselves about what you've learned and make some plans as I use the restroom really fast.
Howdy, everyone.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, I got a cool thing I learned about. How about you guys?
That was a very strange message from you, Gallet.
Yeah.
What sort of locks were you running into today?
Well, you know how I said I was going to check out the Viper?
Sure.
I really checked it out.
I got that impression.
So,
You-
question, guys. I take out a little picture with Tarek Seabane, Captain Greenhide, and the half-elven woman. Has anyone seen this half-elven woman? I'm assuming she's supposed to be Alok's teacher, but I don't know for sure, so that's just on the table now. No?
Well, I would ask.
Yeah, but okay. Well, never mind. You know what? I'll just put that away. We have other things we can talk about. It's fine. It's
Yeah, let's
fine.
talk about something else, Scally. Come on.
He's keeping track of downed ships in Elo waters and mostly around Loki. Let's see. He was invited to the Pirates Council. It's on the deck of the Leviathan from Shmi. So I think that means we can write to Shmi because we know his name. I think that's what it means. I got some ammo for a flintlock pistol, an old compass. And I got this tear that I'm not going to take out of the bag because last time it caused a little bit of waves. And I think it leads me to, like, my patron's church. She said it was basically the end of all things once all there, so, like, that wasn't really convincing on why I should go there, but...
Maybe not, yeah.
Also,
while.
for sure, Seabane knows he's been robbed. How about you guys?
Robbed by who?
Oh, who knows?
Yeah.
It was a ghost, honestly.
Well, I mean, from what I did or from what you did.
What did you do?
I stole the wax.
Oh.
Seal.
The seal.
Honestly, at this point, I think he'll forget it due to my tamperings.
You might think it's the same person. I mean,
Yeah.
stupid.
A ghost and an imp. What a deadly combo.
All he knows is it's a person with red hair, right, from Sasha, but
Yeah.
you don't have red hair.
How about you guys? Anything, Wait, Chino, you back?
Yeah.
Okay, I take out the picture with Tarek Seabane, Captain Greenhide, and the half-elven woman. And would Alok notice who that is?
Alok certainly recognizes it
Okay,
as Strike
yeah.
Hearth. Although whether he reveals that to you is up to him.
Oh, I mean, as soon as you show it, I'll say, "Oh, that's Drago right there." I guess she was friends with them.
Well, that makes sense. They robbed the bank with Greenhide. Seabane wasn't part of that, though. That's weird.
No, he wasn't.
That's weird.
As far as you know.
Huh. Oh well. That's basically it. Oh, and the tier thing. Hey, actually I can take it out now, I feel like, just for some presents. Can either of you cast Detect Magic on it? It might be pretty powerful.
I certainly can identify it.
Okay.
So, casting Identify ritually, you get the sense that this is a source of divine power in some way, attached to divinity, in a similar way to if you cast Identify on Alok's amulet or on, say, the Eye of Priscilla, you would not really get a clear-cut answer about it. It is not a magical item fashioned by mortal means. It is something beyond that. You can certainly say that it is a powerful magical artifact whose properties are associated with water in a lot of ways. To give a visual description, it is like a clear crystal ball. Inside of it is a pure, like almost like still water that seems to be glowing a faint, bright blue light inside of it. As you hold it, Suma, because you would need to in order to cast Identify, while you do not glean any like concrete details as to the arcane nature of it, you do feel and sense a profound sadness from within it.
Does it tear from?
Something that Gallet did not experience when he was holding it.
This is a very sad object.
Calypso did say it was a tear, but I didn't feel sad.
Yeah. Gives me bad vibes. Here, you can have it back. It's a big tear.
It's like
Do I feel sad?
you don't, but you do start to notice that your ring is tight as you hold it.
Okay, it goes back in the pocket. Anyways,
Wonder why Seabane had that.
you guys?
I got a little more information on our excursion for tonight. Well, Sasha had recommended we watch the play from Box 2. However, Box 2 has been booked up by the Blackstone family, it would seem. I didn't feel like testing those waters, so I got us adjacent, hopefully as close as possible seats. Although it seems like unless you all have 600 extra gold lying around, it will just have to be 2 of us in the box. Then the others will have to be elsewhere.
That's fine.
I'll pull out the letter, and I'll just show it to the group so everyone can read it, so you guys get the idea.
Including all the stuff about your parents being really sad.
Ooh, that's right. I forgot that was in there.
That was fully in there. Yeah.
Then I'll just, without even pulling out a letter, I'll just say, I'll just say everything else except for the personal stuff, so that she's not going to be here.
Okay. So she
not in
can
the
get
city.
here if we ask?
But
We
she
could
could get here.
Yes. Would you want to bring her here, or would you rather visit her? I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I think there's 2 possibilities. For one thing, either Tarek Seabane. He's either here because the Leviathan is somewhere here, or he's after the vault to become the next Pirate King. I think those are 2 of the options for why he's here so far. And it would be really nice if we robbed that place with someone as accomplished as Draga. And we do need the funds, let's be honest. We're sort of on the lower end and we owe the crew some money. And we probably need better stuff considering that. So if Draga could get here, like maybe we could just fashion a letter. Just say, hey, we got a pretty alright crew. What would you think our chances are if we went against the vault together? And if Draga says like no dice, doesn't matter.
Okay.
And,
now, do we need her? I don't know if that's right.
Well,
Seabane seems to think he needs her.
It's sort of
she did it before.
It's sort of the thing where like I don't think we're able to handle it without some really good individual helping us out. I mean, like, let's be honest, we're not top of the line.
Well, my fear is it looks like she was friends with Seabane, and now we're trying to cross him. So whose side would she be on?
Well, I'd assume a higher chance of us because if we're going without throughout history, those three were together. Then after something, Greenhide and Draga were together because they're the ones that robbed the vault, not Seabane. And from
Or he was sending love letters, so I feel like he doesn't know that
he could be a
there's
creep. He
animosity.
could just be a creep. We don't know.
Maybe.
He also drafted like 15 versions of that letter and didn't send them. So,
Actually, a higher number. He had some in his room.
oh
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
They were pretty
Well,
old too, so I think he's been working on this pretty
so
hard for a
clearly
while.
he doesn't really know where he stands with her.
Yeah. So he's really trying to nail it with the first one. So honestly, with that letter, we could also include why, like Seabane's here, and he might be looking into that. Any feelings? Like we can just test the waters. We don't need to rob that vault. It would just be extremely beneficial if we did. But we shouldn't do anything that we think we'll die from. I mean, we should probably play it a little bit safer, considering. That's just me, though. Also, does Draga know anything about the ring, Alok? Do you think Draga would know?
Anything about what?
The ring. I mean, we're sort of in Bar Vault.
I think she would. I don't know how well she would.
I think at the very least, ignoring the vault, if Draga can help us with the ring, Suma might finally be able to get, his kid back.
She definitely does know about the ring. I mean, she worked with Yeska for a time. So, and frankly, I hate to go on about the same thing, but I need more information about Yeska, and she's really the only lead I have, besides, well, she and the ring and the Ivory Vault.
Anything, Ruby?
As in, do I know anything? Like, can I?
Or do you want to
anything?
add anything? You've been just quiet.
So, asking what our chances of robbing Ivory Vault. Are we going to meet her tonight? Like, to ask those questions, we don't have to necessarily meet her at the play, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe just because since we only have 2 tickets for box 1, maybe it's less risky if we met Draga or if Alok met Draga somewhere else.
That's what I was thinking. Perhaps, Alok, you can meet her while 2 of the others of us are up in the box. And I have a feeling that whatever happens tonight, I don't know what it is, but I think things are going to kick off fairly quickly. I don't know if we'll have another chance.
Alok?
You're muted.
Shoot. So I'm down to invite her. I'm fine with that. I just want to see what you all want to do. Does everyone want to do that?
I think it's best for us. It seems like you have a good enough history with Draga. They want to see you, to a degree. See what you're up to. As long as you're comfortable with it, I mean, it just seems like it's purely beneficial. And maybe ask about this Marissa chick, because, like, that's weird still. And if that doesn't work out, there's always Titus. We can just get him out of his box and ask him about the ring. He would know something about the ring. He was abducted.
He certainly would.
Yeah.
I do wonder what he knows.
Yeah, but it's just a bad idea.
And also, at some point, it feels like we're sort of imprisoning him, right? Like, I'm not alone
Well,
in that thought.
Also, we're going to all have to be at the play. I'm frightened that someone's going to just, like, come
Steal
to
the
our room and
box.
take him away while we're gone.
Yeah, we can just open the box.
No. I think that's a terrible idea.
Why do you think it's a bad idea?
I just think it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, but like since we're all here, you can give your explanation.
Terrible.
That's okay. We got time. You can give your explanation.
Well, first of all,
Mhm.
we don't know if we're gonna have to, if we're trying to break every vault. It would be nice to have a crate that is intact, cargo undisturbed. Second of all, we don't know this dude. Like he could be the most dangerous, vicious dude out there.
I feel like
And
there would have been
Then
some
we take him
rumors
out so we can
about
bring him
that.
to the
Yeah.
authorities.
Yeah, I mean, like, we can handle one guy in a
that's not
box.
our style. When have we ever worked with the authorities? No, it's either
Well, we are the
we handle
shield,
it.
so we can work with the shield.
It is in Bar Vault. We
I don't
haven't even
trust the
checked
shield.
out the shield here.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
We don't
We
know
haven't.
them.
We probably shouldn't for now, though.
It seems like it's not in our benefit yet.
Right.
So,
And
we could handle him, so that's fine. What's
Mhm.
next?
it's a loose cannon. We can't account for what's gonna happen. Shouldn't we just wait till we figure out why are we adding more surprise and elements of like unpredictability into our plan?
Well, because we
let's.
could get more information from it for the ring.
I don't need to know the ring stuff right now, though.
I mean, it's
What?
pretty.
What?
We're sort of in the city that is the house of the ring. I thought, right?
I'm pretty sure that was our
Yeah,
next step, wasn't it?
We're gonna be in Barville for a while, though. We're not leaving.
I mean, I guess we can put it on the back burner.
This is actually a good time to bring this up. What is our main goal right now? Is it the captain? Is it the ring? What are we doing?
It seems like initially it was about the ring, but I've just been so into the Seabane thing that, like, I really just want to see what that's about.
Okay.
Well, he's tied up in it, right? Everything, every single thing, I think, is leading to the Ivory Vault.
There's so much. It'd be great if we had some sort of chart that just mapped everything together.
It would be so confusing
Crazy.
to have something like that.
You mean what Simon has?
Yeah.
Maybe when they arrive, we'll have one.
Well, these are the options. It's up to all of us. I guess I'm open to opening the chest now, and I'm open to getting Draga here now, and I'm open to. Well, I guess I wouldn't be able to see the play. It'd probably be Suma and Ruby inside. So I guess I'll just hang out in the back.
Well, I was wondering about that. Who should come with me up to the box? Because, you and Alok have the sending stones. I don't know if it's helpful for someone up in the box to have a stone, someone with an earring to have a stone. I don't know. Or to be up in the box.
I don't know if Draga was meant to make it today if we asked her to. I don't know how she would.
Well, that bird got here really
She has
quick.
methods.
Birds aren't that
One
fast.
night.
Birds aren't that fast.
That's true. She may be on the island.
It's multiple days of
But-
travel on a ship.
Yeah. So maybe she is here. So if we were to meet here, which is the plan, right? We want her to meet us
Yeah.
here. Then maybe I go up there, so I'm closer. Or it'd be better if I went below and tried to sneak up to the top.
The top of what?
The box.
Again, these are floating platforms.
I'm probably not sneaking up there.
Yeah,
I think it's probably better you don't talk to her in such a close radius
What
to
did
the
you-
Yeah,
Blackstones.
yeah. We're probably not. We'd probably be talking between like intermission or something.
I mean, yeah. We could get like the nosebleed section. And while the play is starting or the intermission, probably when the play's going would be the best time for you to meet up.
Well, we should send the letter now, right? Just
Yeah.
in case she has like a long way to go.
Yeah, just like RSVP.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
We'll be here
yeah.
at this time. If you can make it, then let's talk.
Yeah. We'll say. Okay, so what do we want to say exactly? So like, we're gonna be at the theater.
Yep.
We would like you to meet us here. Maybe we can try to talk during intermission, off to the side, or something, right?
Okay.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
that seems fine.
And maybe do we mention having Suma and one other up in vent box too?
There's not much
Does that
need
matter?
to.
Yeah. Okay.
Developments.
You can write
Okay.
that. Yeah, it looks got that.
So you're telling her that you're gonna be at the theater, and if she can make it, please do.
Yeah.
And nothing else. Nothing about why you're there or what you need her help with. Just like, please come if you can.
I think that's safer to keep it ambiguous. Just
Okay.
yeah.
Understood. All right. You send
Okay.
that. You stamp it with the Viper seal. It gets consumed in a green gout of flame that leaves neither heat nor smoke in its wake. And you send it off to Draga. So, it is maybe an hour and a half until the show starts. You are in possession of 2 tickets currently for at least the box. As for the entrances, would you have Suma, would you have bought tickets for your wards for like the lower levels, which would have been considerably cheaper?
Probably, yeah. I'll just have them put it on my tab, which I definitely don't have the money to pay for it right now, but
Cool. Then each of them will be 75 gold each.
so 75 for
Sorry,
2.
Sorry, 80 for both of them, actually.
Oh, 80 for both, and then was it 300 for
For you
me
and your
plus
ward.
and my plus one?
Yep.
300.
This is a discounted showing that will be more empty than this theater usually is.
Okay, okay.
Because of the Arya being replaced by Dolores thing, which ended up being plot relevant. Who knew? It wasn't just
Alrighty.
flavor, okay? It wasn't until I made it not just flavor. Okay. Cool. So, you guys all get dressed up. I would assume that you still have your ball clothes from Palestrom, just like in the bag of holding.
Did I
If you would like
wear
to dress in
anything?
those. I think you were dressed, yes.
Okay then.
I actually think Alok was dressed up as a worker.
Aleph was a server.
I
Yeah,
mean
Alok was dressed as a server.
that still works for
What?
know.
A server for what?
During the ball.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, but you have your outfit that Fabian made for you. Like, remember when you guys got there and Fabian and them surprised you? He was like,
Oh, for ball part 2.
Yeah, part 2. The clothes over there. Please get dressed quickly, or whatever he said. So you guys do still have those on hand. I'm assuming that you
Okay.
would have just shoved it somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's money. I'll put on my fancy clothes.
All right.
So,
Yay.
who's going with Suma? Ruby?
I mean, I could, or would you like to do that?
No, you can do that. No, you can do that.
Okay. We had discussed at one point, wait, was this in character or out of character? Mixing up the groups.
To see if the group's what?
Oh, right. because it's always the Locky lads and the Palea pals.
And the Dex.
You don't want to
the
switch
Dex
it up.
dudes.
Yeah.
That's a very good reason now.
All right. Well, fine. I'll get you later, Gallup.
So who's going with Suma?
I think Ruby.
Okay, and then
Are we gonna be the nosebleeds, or are we not gonna be able to get in?
I got you discount tickets.
Okay.
I think they're they're probably mezzanine 3.
All right. Ready, Alok?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, through this entire time, Eduardo has said nothing.
Oh yes. Eduardo would have noted no movement from there, but around the time that you guys are getting ready, where he goes, "Oh, hey boss, looks like they're heading out. Oh, they look nice too."
Oh crap! Hey, guys, we got out of the main room. I assume we were in like the place where you eat and all that.
Oh, I was assuming you were having this conversation in your like.
That's what I figured.
Oh,
room.
okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
I don't think we would have risked having it out. In
I just
public.
panic in the room for. Oh wait, we're here. They're fancy and heading on out. It seems.
They
And
Sure,
can
we'll
I
see them there.
while they are leaving, can I make a quick insight check on Seabane?
Sure. Yeah. So you want to look through the closet's eyes?
Yep.
You look through. You see something else. Well, now, Sasha, what do you think the night would hold for the two of us? She goes, "Well, Captain, seems like it's gonna be a shit show no matter how it goes." He goes, "Very good. Right then. Shall we?" Offers up an arm. She goes, "No time like the present." And they walk out. Hard to tell what Seabane is
With an
thinking.
insight
because
of one. Huh, he seems pretty happy. Weird that he pointed out that something bad was gonna happen. Oh well. Let's go to the ball, guys. Really weird for them to say that while
Worked
being
out well
fancy.
before.
Huh, wonder what they're up to.
That's the camping curse. Every time you guys dress up, something bad happens.
Yeah.
Wait, so are we like dressing up then?
Yeah.
Or, hold on.
I'm assuming you're suggesting for like the play.
Okay.
I might wear my armor and act like a bodyguard. But I would keep the black hair, the glasses.
That is perhaps a very cool choice. It definitely lends credence to like you being a ward of this very fat, like fancy dignitary that Suma is posing as.
That's fancy.
I know. I gained a little weight in the last 4 hours.
How
Keep
long has it
eating.
been in game since the ball?
Since the ball, I have this information.
Ooh,
Hold
I'm
on.
ready.
Hold on. I know this one.
Man, I was asking this question to stall, but you had it ready. Unfortunately.
The first ball or the second one?
Wait, there's two.
Well, the first one was like when you went to confront Duke Kill, and the second one was like a celebration at the end of the season.
Okay, the second one.
The second one, nearly a month has passed.
Okay. Yeah,
Like over 20 days, like 23, 24 days.
cool. I think Alok's a little happy to be back in the fancy clothes then, 'cause it's been a while.
Yeah.
It has been a while.
Been
You've
a
been
while.
on the sea, you've been underground, you've died, some other stuff has happened. It's been rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys go and you get dressed up and you begin to head out.
Can I put a little bow tie on Eduardo?
You can. He's still invisible, so no
Yeah,
one can
yeah,
see
yeah.
except you. But goddamn, does he not look extremely fashionable?
All right, man. Let's go.
Okay, you guys go head out and get gussied up for this shindig. Going to see a fancy play in a fancy theater.
I'm
at
gonna
the
actually
yeah.
poof Eduardo away because I'm worried that at the checkout there might be some weird shenanigans.
Okay, you poof him away. It's like the familiar plane,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
familiar
yeah.
zone. Got it. Sorry, I'm making some adjustments here. Well, not really adjustments, just like helpful things. For no reason. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah. So, you guys go out. You, come hand in hand. Do you guys arrive as a group, or do you send, I believe, Alok and Gallet are the people staying downstairs, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I can also.
Would like check them in, like just to be like, here they are, and now we split up at the door.
All right. You see, Jeffrey goes, "Oh, hey, welcome back. Glad you guys are all here. Um, there's actually been some commotion in the bag, you see he leans it towards you, Suma, and he says, "I, I don't have exact confirmation on what exactly is happening, but it seems that the show is going to be changed to a different one at the very last moment.
So not the Spectre of the theater.
Not the city, which is my favorite musical. It's kind of fucked
Hmm.
up, but yeah, we haven't
What's
really
the new
had
one?
any details on it. We don't know yet, but
Oh.
apparently, um, per order from the Blackstones, we're about to be watching a completely different show. We have no idea what's going on.
Well,
I've been instructed to tell all of our
no, of
attendees that a
course.
couple of people have already walked out. You know, they really wanted to see music of the night performed live. You know, but sorry,
Of course.
symphonies of the evening. Um, uh, but yeah, if you're still, we can refund your tickets if you're no longer interested in
Oh,
coming.
no, we're still we'll attend as planned.
Okay. It turns out box one is now going to be empty except for you and your ward. So that's great news for you. Gonna get like basically a private room, great view. Um, uh, you will be able to receive further instruction down there. But basically, what you want to do, box one is on the left wing of the auditorium. So what you want to do is you're gonna head down any of the three doors inside, go down the left staircase. There's gonna be two sets of left kind of staircases. You're gonna see a platform up by the stage that'll teleport you up to your box. That sound good?
Sounds excellent.
All right, so here are your tickets. So he hands you and your ward, who is Ruby right now, these they're not really tickets. They're more like they're shaped like a hexagon. It's like a hexagonal, um, almost like placard. It is made of a thin sheet of stone. It has printed engraved upon it in nice fancy script. It's box number one. And there's some runes glowing around it. You figure this is probably what enables you to transport up to your intended location, and perhaps it's necessary for that function. On a glance, as a wizard, you're able to put that together. So, you guys pass through, and I am now gonna to make sure everything that's on the GM layer is in the GM layer, and bring.
Before we
I don't
all
know
went
why they're
in, we should discuss the sending stones because I don't think we ever did.
That's
Who's
true. Please
no,
discuss standing stones and earrings right
'cause
now.
I feel like
Yeah.
ground floor and floating floor, uh, each should have one sending stone.
I tossed mine to
No.
Ruby.
Okay, I guess Ruby has it then.
Cool. So Ruby has a sending stone and an earring.
And Gallet and Alok has the other sending stone, but Gallet has the earring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say in combat, if there's combat, sending stone is an action.
Yeah.
Same way regular sending would be. Okay. I am going to show you in. Either Alok or Gallet, go ahead and roll a d8 for me. You want a lower number.
I believe in you, Tywin.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah,
A
you've
D8?
been
Well,
rolling
actually,
hot. You've been
I
rolling
don't know
really
if
hot.
you really want it. It's kind of relevant, but not that relevant.
D8?
A d8.
Yo, a 5.
That's a good one.
That's
That's
a
actually
higher
really
up
good.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like high, but
Now-
also in the middle. So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
roll a d10 for me.
All right, that's a bit of a weird request, I'm going to
Okay.
say.
it's getting a little. Yeah, it's actually getting.
All right,
Okay,
so, like,
another
it's the
five.
same
Another
thing.
5.
It's
Yeah,
the same
exactly.
thing.
Now roll a d2.
All right, I'm hoping for a 5. Wait, a D2.
That would be nice. No, maybe.
R D2.
If you get a
Is
2,
that
then
how
it's
that
a 5,
works?
but upside down. It's a 5.
Hey,
kind
that's
of.
a 5.
Flip it. Yeah.
2. Okay, interesting. Alrighty. So, you as well, Alok and Gallant, are given your seats. You are in the back section, row 5, on the fifth kind of paired bench thing on the right side of the room. Box 1 is on the left side of the room. So I'm going to transport you. I'm gonna paint the scene first. You walk in. There is a series of 3 kind of doorways, like past the ticket booth. You enter into a massive auditorium. You see that the seats are tiered and they go downwards, descending and descending and descending. The stage is huge, and you see the stage looks rushed. It looks as if there was a set here and it was like scrapped and dismantled. In its place is a it's mostly just black, like a black stone top like stage, but on it in full view is a large ship, like a constructed ship set, basically is the only thing on the stage. It has no other amenities. There's a massive orchestral pit, and you see above you that there are four of these platforms, what would be described as boxes. They are hexagonally shaped, floating high above. So you, as you exit out, you're about 55 feet high, compared to like the ground floor, which is like all the way where the orchestra is. These things are floating 60. So the two on the outside are floating 60 feet up. The two closer inwards are floating 70 feet up, and floating 80 feet in the air is a massive platform in the very, very center. And you can see, even from your vantage point, although you are looking kind of from underneath them, you can see like various like tables and like seatings and like foods and drinks and like stuff happening on top of these platforms. Beneath them hang large chandeliers that, even as these platforms move slightly and turn and like adjust in the air, the chandeliers stay perfectly still. And you can see that some of them are actually even like have these little like orbs upon them that are being used as lighting for the stage. I just wanted to paint that picture really quick. As I drop you all, let me put your tokens here.
Are these floating platforms like the tallest one is 80 feet? Is it 80 feet above the lowest point or above like where you walk in? Like the
Oh,
highest-
above the lowest point.
Okay.
Yes. So you can see that the further up you are, the more your view is obstructed by these higher platforms. So I'm gonna put Suma and Ruby on the left wing, and I'm gonna put Gallet and Alok in the center wing really quickly as I transition you over to this map.
Do the floating ones seem to like shift at all, or are they like perfectly stable? And
They shift very, very slightly. They have the capability. You watch some of them move and adjust at times.
Oh boy, this gives me good vibes, eh, Alok? It's
yeah, I'm sure this will be great.
alright. So where do we sit?
Yeah, you guys go ahead and look for. I'll move you straight there unless you have some other stuff you want to do. So you're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This row right here on the right side, and you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna be, oops, here and here. Or you can change up that order if you like.
That's
Box
fine.
number 1 is this one right here. Box number 2 is this one. And then box 3, box 4, and this much larger box is what is referred to as the Blackstone box.
How high is the roof?
The roof is 100 feet in the air.
Okay.
And as you crane your neck up into the roof, you see that there are hexagonal like kind of indentations or like kind of holes in the roof that you presume these things move up into for when they need to get like maintenanced or re-upped or cleaned by the staff. There's probably like a roof and then like a level above the roof where these things go afterwards, or perhaps even during, in case someone needs to go to the bathroom or something. Cool. So we're going to turn now to Ruby and Suma. As you settle into your seats, Alok and Gallet, you notice that each row is relatively occupied, but it is not jam-packed. Not every seat has been sold here. Although there are certain like programs on every chair as if there would have been people there. You get the sense that some people did get refunds and then walked out of the performance because, one, the original cancellation of the understudy taking over, and two, the fact that perhaps they didn't want to see like a weird brand new play. Suma and Ruby, what do you guys get to? Do you get straight to your box? The platform, Jeffrey, we're talking to you about is up here to the left of the orchestra pit.
Yeah, I mean, I think we head straight there. Maybe on our way, like, Suma would be looking out for anyone we recognize.
Sure. Yeah. You keep a lookout. So I'm gonna put you guys back here. I'm gonna say you guys are right here, right? You guys are both at the entrance. You look towards each other to kind of like, wave goodbye because you come as a group. You begin walking towards your seats. Suma, as you take a look around, you see that Seabane and Sasha are over here. Sorry, let me take them off of the GM layer. Are over here. I just grabbed tokens for them if you want to see them. Oh. Is it Shift H? Shift Z? There you go.
What a trustworthy looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I just grabbed the random one for Sasha as well.
Oh no, side-eyed.
Because she's always on the lookout for danger. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You watch actually. So you are you watch them. You see Sasha just kind of keeping an eye out on everybody as you guys make your way down the stairway, descending these steps. These stairs are all go down 5 feet. You go down them one at a time. So you're keeping an eye out for familiar faces, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yes.
So what platform are they on? Is that like
They're
another?
on this one. This is box 2.
Oh, okay, so where are they coming from? Like they're heading from. What are those? What are these?
Sorry.
I got
What?
These thingies.
Those will teleport you up to the platform.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Initially, I wanted them to be landing pads and rising pads, but I didn't have enough room for like where they would all come from, so I'm just like, they'll teleport you up. That makes sense to me. Instead of having to take off. Yeah. So you actually watch as they speak to like a guy who's kind of operating like a little dwarven wizard, going, "Alrighty, so you want to go up? Oh well, enjoy the show." And they step in. Seaban goes, "Why can't anybody do things normally in this city? It's bullshit." And they get teleported up here and begin partaking of the food that is here. Ruby and Suma, you guys want to just walk down, or do you want to do anything else on your route to this platform?
Ruby, you got anything?
Maybe just like what does like the crowd here look like? Like the people who are here, do they seem like excited, or are they like, what do you think about them?
They are a buzz with gossip and speculation. I'd say with like kind of like almost like a passive insight check. They all seem like, hey, what's going on? Like they've never ever switched out productions like this. This is highly unorthodox. A couple of stupid people like, well, I suppose we were saved from Dolores failing to live up to her sister's standards. Although I guess she will still be singing in this one, but at least we don't have so recent a reference point to compare to. If it's not the correct, if you don't know what the right play is, then perhaps you won't know at all if it's wrong or not. Some people talking like that.
And then if we were to pick up a program, like just from like a random place, like what would it say anything about this current play, or is it for the old?
It is still for the Spectre. Yeah.
Okay.
So they had the stuff laid out in advance. But they just never. They've been. You get the sense that they've been in scramble mode. All of the employees here look flustered. This is not their norm. Something very different is happening tonight, and we're kind of struggling to get to pieces. As you walk down, so I'm going to move you guys down a little bit. As you finally enter down onto this main part of the hallway, like, past the last row of seats, you see that the orchestra are like frantically like, okay, so the new music, right? Like, yeah, like trying their best. Like the conductor is trying to help them, like kind of sight read through it, but like they're playing very, very quietly. You actually see that there's like, yeah.
Oh, if we get to our little teleporter hub, it seems to be fairly close to the set. Is there anything like taking a peek at the set? The closer we get, is there anything interesting about it?
Sure. Yeah. Give me. I guess investigation check.
Yeah. Ooh,
Alright.
thanks,
Ruby, a
Ruby.
nat 20. This is, you presume that, like, plays will do, big set pieces for their set all the time, like perhaps like a big city or like, and there's been plays set on boats and stuff like that. It's not super unusual to have for a theater company to have something built like this. But what's interesting about it is that they seem to have like taken a set piece that was from something else and have been retrofitting it to fit a different kind of story. You look at it and it's interesting. The details that have been added to the ship seem to be reminiscent of details you read about when you perused the Maiden's Journal all the way back when.
This is a little spooky.
Interesting.
As you
Oh.
recall, on a
How?
nat 20, the Maiden was a Blackstone. She was from Barvault, anyway.
So she was from Barfel and definitely a Blackstone?
I
Yeah,
don't remember.
Mila Blackstone. What's
Mila
her name?
Blackstone. What's her name?
Yep.
Mila Blackstone. Although not everybody knows what her real name was.
How
You only
common-
know her name is Mila because of the clock memory thing.
Right. How common is kind of this lore for people in Barvault? Like, do they know about the Maiden and like pirate councils?
I
and,
would
like,
say
that stuff?
you would know that the Maiden is like the myth of a chosen Blackstone from the Barvault from Barvault succeeding in a choosing and basically giving great prosperity. Like the prosperity of Barvault is directly tied to this one time our chosen really killed it and won Pelea's heart, and that's why we're so successful. But that has never been connected in any way to the maiden that Yeska met 1,000 years ago. So like, maybe some people know there was a pirate named the Maiden, but the fact that those two stories are connected in any way is not known. There's like two separate myths to them.
Anything about like, can we see the Blackstones from here? Like, do we know?
Not from down here, but perhaps when you get up to your booth, your box.
I want to keep an eye out for, I guess, how many of them, whether Talia is there.
Me too.
Okay, so you guys can go up.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys go up. They check out your little placards. They go, "Alrighty, I hope you've teleported before. It can be a pretty disorienting experience." And you guys are spirited up onto this platform. From this vantage point,
Oh.
you can now catch glimpses of what's happening here. You see that there is a cadre of dwarven guards posted on this box. Why am I doing these one at a time? Interestingly, Suma, you see on the back end of this, you see the woman you recognize as Marisa.
Ooh.
And,
She doesn't look like a dwarf, right, though?
No, she's like fully like just like a regular human.
Okay.
And you also see an Earth Genasi woman on the opposite side of her.
She's got a weird name.
You don't know her name.
Question mark?
Well,
question
hey,
mark?
don't
You've
make
never
fun of
met
her
her, so you don't
culture,
know her.
That's a
alright?
Tyrian name.
Why would their parents name them that?
It's
It's like a
traditional.
rock, you know how you don't say a rock's name because rocks don't have a name? There you go.
You see
And
as
is that
well
I don't know.
What?
the
Earth
patriarch
Genasi.
and the
race.
matriarch of Barvault. Garrett and Petra Blackstone sat upon their thrones, and sitting cross-legged on a long, luxurious blanket amidst a bunch of like propped up pillows instead of a normal chair, Talia Blackstone in the center of the box. Alok and Gallet, as you guys make your way down the middle aisle towards your seat, Alok, you feel somebody bump into you hard.
I try to take a look at who it is.
You take a look, and this person has just keeps going down through the main hall. They mutter a quick apology to you.
I quickly check myself, make sure nothing was stolen.
Yeah. You pat all your pockets. Nothing has been stolen.
All right. Can
Everything's
I,
still there.
after that, like if I try to do it quick, can I like keep an eye on where they go?
They walk straight out the main hall.
Out the main hall.
Like they go right down this middle pathway back into like where the ticketing area was.
Want to follow them?
How
They-
shady do they look?
They just look like to be in an extreme hurry.
Okay.
I guess give me an insight check.
Yeah. We'll see how that one goes.
Nat 20.
I am thinking about it. I'm thinking about using that. Where the hell is insight? Do I use it? Do you think I do?
What's the worst? No, we're fine. We're fine.
I think this might be really important.
That's up to you, man. But you know what? It's fine.
I won't use it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna use it. 13.
You guys just make your way. They just seem to be in like a brusque hurry. They don't even look back at you really. Nothing is stolen, and you don't notice anything slipped into your pockets either.
Is it still fair for me to be a little suspicious of it?
Yeah. I mean, I think you're a suspicious person.
You immediately.
I mean,
check
I
your
know the
pockets.
roguish type as well. You know, I'm a little like. Do they seem to be like slippery? I guess the insight was kind of low, so I wouldn't know.
They just seem to be. They seem to be of one mind. Like they're getting out of here.
Oh,
Definitely Draga. It's Draga.
Can I
I don't
send?
think it's Draga. Well,
Can I send
I-
Eduardo after them?
oh, okay, there you go. Cool.
Yeah, you may.
All right, Eduardo chases,
All right, I don't
Okay.
have to go now.
and
Alrighty.
he's off the map.
Great. Okay. So, you all get settled into your seats. Sum and Ruby, from the other box, it's not hard to hear. The fuck is going on? I thought we were supposed to see a play about a ghost or something. Sasha goes, yeah, well, I guess they changed it. I'm not really sure why. But it gives me a bad feeling. I wonder when our benefactors are gonna come by. I don't know myself. I suppose it's fine enough to sit and wait. It's good wine, after all. The lights begin to dim. Spotlight begins on stage. But then you watch as the center platform of the Blackstone box descends down so that everybody can see who's there. You see Talia stands up and she says, and immediately as she comes into view, because normally very hard to see who it is from all the way up there, especially with the angle that everybody's sitting at. But the moment she descends to a position, the platform kind of swivels so that she's like facing everybody as if she's on a stage of her own. She looks up at everybody and she goes, hello everyone, faithful citizens of our vault. I know it has been a very long time since you've heard my voice, since you've seen me. And I know that there's a lot of fear right now. I understand that our island is in a crisis, that there are forces out there who would seek to manipulate or distort the sacred practice that has taken place on Palea for thousands of years. I know that this is a time of fear. And so I thought, what always made me feel better when I was scared? And I remember my mama would always tell me a story, and she looks back at Petra Blackstone, her mother, who's just kind of like staring at her from behind. She goes, she would tell me the story of the first of Barvalt's chosen, brave woman who even now history has forgotten, but certainly we haven't forgotten the influence of her deeds. She too was met with an impossible challenge as perhaps our nation is faced with at present, and I thought what better way to, I guess, assuage everybody's fears and trepidations at the coming choosing than to put on a performance of that celebrated the first of our victories in that rite of passage. This is a play that was written ages ago, a musical written ages ago, about that young dwarven woman who elevated us to the place of prosperity we are today. It gives me hope and it gives me comfort, and I hope that it will for you as well. She smiles brightly. Suma and Ruby, you notice Marisa, her eyes just glancing around everywhere. The Earth Genasi woman as well, her eyes are trained at Talia's back. All the guards on the platform seem extremely on edge. She goes, a special shout out to the Bar Vault Theater Company for adapting on such notice. And to Damon Blackfire, who sponsored the production and helped us get a lot of things last minute. And of course to my parents for letting me come out of the tower for the first time in 6 years. And you see there is a wry chuckle that emerges from the crowd at that. She goes, well, I hate to steal the stage from our lovely performers for any longer, so please enjoy. The platform elevates, shift once more. Yes, Suma.
I have a question. When she says thank you to Damon Blackfire, is there anyone in the crowd who looks like their eyes turn to him, or he is it's me? I don't know.
Make a perception check. Make a perception check.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me, Damien Blackfire.
I don't know. Maybe he does a little. Hey,
it's
yeah,
me.
I'm rich. I don't know.
Hey,
Hey,
guy
you
no
got
one
me!
likes.
I was hiding!
she said my name.
What you do see is actually everybody looking around. People know the name Damon Blackfire. The Blackfire name is a famous one. He owns the Blackfire Casino. People know of him in that way, in like a Jeff Bezos kind of way. Everybody, you see people look around, but no one seems to find him. And you can see that on a 17 that the people in the Blackstone box don't look anywhere. You would presume that if he were here, he'd be sitting up there. He'd be sitting in the finest box in the entire theater. The 17 as well, you hear Sasha go, why am I not surprised that he's involved in this? You see Seabane goes, well, the bastard paid for the entire theater anyway. You'd expect as much, wouldn't you? She goes, I don't like the sound of any of this. Sasha, Miguel, you don't like the sound of anything. Have you ever tried lightening up at least once in your life? He goes, if I ever lightened up for a second, the crew would be doomed. You know that, right? Right you are. And then they settle back into their seats.
I'd like
Is
to,
there any...
I'd like to elbow A-Lock. Elbow A-Lock. I just realized, Talia is also Zisha's Yumbat's name. Do you think that's like a weird dig?
I mean,
those names may have been come up with at separate times.
Nope. That's a weird dig, right? That's weird.
You know what? I'm tired of this idea that things can't have the same name. It happens all the time in real life.
nope.
I'm just saying, if you name your dog Prince Charles, it feels like it's on something.
I've also never met anyone with the same name, like as someone else.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, A-Lock Smith.
A-Lock Smith of the Smith.
Never happened except for that one.
Hey, it's me, Gallet Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I send a message with my message cantrip to Sasha?
Yes, you may.
I just want to say, I don't know if she does it look like she has caught wind that we two, who she definitely would recognize, are over in this box.
You would presume that the kind of person Sasha is, she would have clocked you as soon as you were in like vision range. Her token is giving the side eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking right at us. I'll
What are you
just
guys doing
say
here?
is something like, keep an extra eye out on the redhead over there.
Understood.
Can I
Would have
check?
been anyway. Yes, Gallet.
Can I check in on my familiar?
Yeah, you check on your familiar. Your familiar is roaming the streets of Barfall. Following this, the stranger has put up their hood. They seem to be striding away quickly and confidently. And then they turn a corner and pause. Eduardo rounds the corner. This person is huddled over and they seem to be laughing to themselves. A high pitched.
Can he try to get a visual on the face?
um, right now, you want them to turn, like, come in front of this person?
Yeah, they're invisible, so
Okay. They turn. As they do, footsteps echo in the alleyway. It's done then, I presume? No, not yet. I want to wait for the music to really crescendo. Are you folk always so dramatic? You see, stepping out of the alleyway as Eduardo comes closer is an extremely finely dressed, um, gray-skinned tiefling with deep black eyes. Truly, always so dramatic. The woman, who you can hear that's a woman's voice now, goes, if you're gonna do something, you do it with style, or you don't do it at all. If it's not fun, there's no glory in it, what's the point? Or is the only thing you care about profit? The other voice responds, profit is the only thing that matters. Well, I find that boring. But you have been very helpful. You see, she reaches up and pats the tiefling on the cheek. As Eduardo rounds the corner, the figure goes, I sense something.
he goes
Eduardo
higher up.
goes, she goes, oh really? A birdie? She looks up.
Scramble on a roof.
Eduardo glances down. I'm assuming you're
Yeah,
phasing through Eduardo, right?
yeah. I'm looking through his eyes.
You look through his eyes, you look down, and you watch as the woman you previously met as Madeline looks up. Her eyes cloud over with a devil's sight incantation. Spies Eduardo. She reaches up a hand and Eldritch blasts him out of the sky.
Wait. She has to roll the hit. It might be a natural one. Come on.
And an 18 hits, I'm assuming. I
Oh
haven't
yeah,
even
yeah.
added her.
Oh,
I haven't added her.
okay. Yeah, for sure. I didn't know if you rolled or not. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Edward is super dead. I come back. Hey, look, something big's gonna happen. Madeline is here, and she's talking to some kind of gray scaled, or did you say gray skinned?
Gray skinned tiefling.
Gray skinned tiefling. It seems like
Fine clothes.
something's gonna happen when the music starts to crescendo. We need to be on high alert. Let them know.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Edgar, Madeline?
I'm gonna just try to, if I can, No. It's probably a somewhat dangerous idea. I'd actually like to just like act like I'm gonna go pee, and I'm gonna head to the back.
Head to the back. Okay. As you head to the back, you are you gonna stay there, or are you gonna open the door?
I want to first open the door because I want. Basically, I'm doing this so I can cast a spell without being seen.
You find the door barred from the other side.
So, I try to lockpick it real quick.
It's not locked. It is barricaded from the opposite side.
Screw it. Hey! I have to pee! Why is the door barricaded?
Shh. Everybody just turns and hushes you. The lights dim even further, and the music begins playing. On
Do we
stage-
hear that up in the
I
box?
shouted. I yelled. I was being very abrasive.
all the way up there? Give me a perception check with disadvantage, as you are both high up and also the music is playing.
Also, while he is going after you this, I'm sitting in my seat, using the sending message to Ruby, relaying the same message that Gallet just said to me. You guys will be
Sumo, you
aware.
definitely don't hear Ruby. You hear something, but you're more focused probably on what Alok is saying through the sending stone, because that message comes around the same time. You're muted also if you were gonna say something.
So what are you sending?
What Gallet said to me, which is that Madeline did something, is talking to some gray-skinned tiefling, and something big's gonna happen when there's a crescendo.
And also, hey, big Madeline, right? You said Madeline?
Yeah, Madeline.
That's-
Madeline is the same.
It's pretty big. That's the
who
one
is
that casts
that,
power
by
word
the way?
kill on Aramis. From the claw?
She poisoned the
Shit.
forest of the
That's my
wind
good finder.
and the
Okay,
Silk Mother.
gotcha.
She killed Aramis briefly.
I was looking through all my like
she's
Palea,
our-
or my,
And she
yeah,
has
Palea.
the eye,
She
yeah.
has the eye, yeah.
Or at least
Okay.
had it.
And she is from the
That's my
claw.
good
You have
finder.
determined.
May I try something on the door?
Sure.
Since no one seems to even bother to look at me, I'm gonna try to, since it's barricaded, I'm just gonna try to lightning lure and pull the door towards me. Because, I mean, a barricade wouldn't really stop that, I assume.
True. But you're basically pulling a push door.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to take
you,
off its
you
hinges.
need you need enough strength to pull it off its hinges.
Well, I don't know how I'm using it with a spell, if that helps.
Okay.
Because it is a
Have
pull
that.
spell.
I mean, technically, it is a creature of your choice. It's not really a creature, but this feels
Doorknob?
like something that should work.
Can I make some kind
in
of,
a
like,
way.
charisma cast check?
I'm gonna make a strength save for this door. Okay?
Alright.
This
I've always-
door is large.
Yeah,
as you can see,
it's a
it's
good
10 feet
modifier.
across. It's gonna be a pretty high
Yeah.
modifier, and you would imagine this place is well built.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
It's made of stone and like gilded and
You need to
reinforced.
roll low for this.
So I'm gonna if this falls under. If this thing fails to save, it'll come off the hinges. But the modifier is gonna be very high.
Yeah.
I've never liked how they like specify a creature. Like Eldritch Blast is the same way. You can't like technically hit walls.
Ah,
On
it's
a
fine.
23, even if it had a +1, it would have.
Wait,
Um,
what if I swapped out my portent?
I will say that Ruby, I don't know if you're actually. I don't know if you can
Where?
react to like what's happening all the way back there
Yeah.
behind you with a plan that Gal has not communicated to anybody or has not had the chance to do that yet. You the door clangs a little bit. It gets covered up as the music.
This is gonna suck.
You watch the dwarven soprano Dolores Greybeard steps out onto the bow of the ship, and she starts singing. I didn't write any music for this.
What?
Why not?
She sings. Does it mean to choose What does it mean to be chosen? You know what I mean? Like opera shit, okay?
Yeah.
That was good though. That was good. I was
By the way,
like,
who
thank
was
you.
the one that gave the speech in the beginning? Was that
Talia.
Talia.
was
Talia
Talia? Okay.
Blackstone, the current chosen of Barvault.
Does it feel like the song is crescendoing? Like they said, like to the high point?
It's just starting right now.
Okay. Uh, another question. When I saw the person that like walked into me,
Yeah.
what direction were they coming from, like exactly?
They were coming from like the center of the room, as if they had just come up from one of these seats.
Can I like try to like stay low out of people's sight so I'm not like a bother and like maybe stealthing or whatever, and try to investigate in what would have been the area they came from for anything that
Yeah,
sticks out?
go for it. Give me a stealth roll. And that you were invisible.
I
Everyone is
lost
so
him.
enraptured
I
by
literally
performance.
I don't know
And
where
you
he
are
is
so
anymore.
quiet.
I don't know where I am.
Dell doesn't even know where you are. You go. I want to say that takes you all the way like around here-ish. And you spy an empty seat, like almost like this seat was recently vacated. Go ahead and give me an investigation check as we cut back in really quick to what's happening up here at the side of the room. You watch as this Earth Genasi woman steps out onto this side of the platform. Box 2, you see she raises a hand. Box 2 moves towards the Blackstone box, and this woman, like, like walks onto it, and then the platforms separate again. You watch as she stands and takes a seat. Ruby and Suma, if you want to eavesdrop, give me a perception check.
Yes, I do. I do.
Meanwhile, Alok, you glance around. On a
Yeah,
20
I am going to use my nat 20 on this because I want to be sure. that I
Wow.
figure something out.
Are you
This
sure?
could be. I don't know if 20 is enough. I feel like.
Hey
this
man, hey
is
man,
pretty-
it's yours. It's yours.
It's yours. It's up to you.
I don't. I also am not expecting a combat, and even if we do.
I told you something's gonna happen. So
Yeah, I feel
you-
like this is important.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. So it's
But
up
then
to
even
you.
if I find it, what if I can't do anything about it? I still want to find it. So yeah, I'm gonna use the 20.
The 20 or the
20.
natural 20?
The the natural 20.
Okay.
On a natural 20, 28 investigation, you spy, having fallen down in a crack in the seat, a small casino chip worth 1,000 gold,
Yo.
bearing the insignia of the Blackfire Casino. Putting two and two together, you would assume that this must have fallen out of the pockets of Damon Blackfire or someone closely associated with him. You also, on a nat 20 investigation, Alok, feel something. A tear between planes, a small one, is beginning to form at the center, right here, of the amphitheater. You briefly, instinctively, glance down at your amulet. It is pulsating black.
Oh shit. Okay. Would I be able to tell? I probably don't even know what the Shadowfell is, but would I be able to like get an idea of what plane it might be?
On a nat 20 investigation, this thing's only ever conjured infernal beings before. You would imagine it is probably also some kind of infernal being approaching. But perhaps the darkness of it is just something else is going on that's making it turn black instead of red as it did before.
Would there be a way for me to mend the rift or the opening? Close it?
This seems, again, since you use that nat 20, I'm going to give you as much as I can here. This has been initiated by a force beyond you.
Okay.
Like, this was not the amulet's doing. The amulet didn't trigger this as a consequence of something. This was triggered by somebody else.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Suma and Ruby. Ruby, you are keeping in contact with Alok, the Descending Stone, and are preoccupied with that. But Suma, being closer to that side of the platform, you hear snippets of this conversation as the singing and the music keeps playing. You hear the Earth Genasi speak. Very well, I am glad to see that you have found your way. up to your designated box. I apologize that we were not able to get you final seating. We were not expecting to use. Uh, we were not expecting so many people here at this time. Sibe goes, you mean to tell me that this whole impromptu production was simply an accident? Not an accident, monsieur. Talia is a willful child. She has her own whims, she has her own designs. She refuses to be an obedient princess, although what can you do with children sometimes? She managed to hatch this plan with Damon a while back. I am not sure how she was able to pull it off, but apparently Blackfire money can make even the impossible happen. Have you made any progress on the tasks that I assigned you? Aye, well, I reckon. I think that I've already identified several weaknesses inside of the Ivory Vault. I mean, with a competent crew, surely I could replicate such a feat as what happened before. Are you quite sure about that? Because our defenses have been upgraded tenfold since the first break-in. Aye, well, I'm 10 times the pirate that Snake Greenhide was. Are you very sure of that? You do not have the great Jogger House in your pocket after all. Or at least if the rumors are to be believed, that ended not very well for you. Seabane stands up from his seat. I'd watch your mouth if I were you. I understand we're here on your dime and all, but a man like me does not take kindly to disrespect. Me and my organization offer me no disrespect to you, Captain Seabane. Only that your task is accomplished to the best of its ability. We want to keep them safe as well as we can. I hope you can emphasize with the importance of that task given recent events. He goes, I may not have found out exactly how Greenhide and Hearth did it back when, but I guarantee you, if there are any weaknesses, I'll be able to find them. Aside from the ones I've already found, of course. Sasha in the corner goes, yes, of course, he's already found several. He's very good at his job. Hi. Aylock. The crack widens slightly.
I'm gonna...
And I have been casting Detect Magic, by the way, like ritually.
Sure. Yeah.
It would only reach over to box 2, not all the way to the other box, but just in case.
Certainly, this Earth Genasi is loaded with magical items. So is Seabane. So is Sasha.
Are any of them like? Are any of their persons an illusion, or are they what they seem?
They are what they seem. Okay.
Yes.
Well, like the thing is widening. I'm gonna phone Ruby and let Ruby know everything. Well, at the same time, with my other hand, I'm gonna take that coin that was stuck between the crack because that's worth a lot of money. And I'll pocket that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start backing away, like we're kind of screwed.
You start backing away. Where do you go?
That's a good question. So this rift, it's like not visible to anyone else, right? Is it even visible to me, or am I aware of it?
You are sensing it at the moment.
Yeah.
You have a feeling it's about to become very real very soon.
Now, I can't close it, but is there like anything I can do, any manipulation to make it visible or anything, or is it just completely beyond my control?
Go ahead and give me a charisma check to see if how much influence you can exert upon it.
Well,
On
you have the
11,
natural 20.
You could probably make this thing visible to everybody, which would cause a panic, but perhaps make it so that people aren't as taken as off guard as they would be otherwise. That is something within your power, you think.
What's bad? Like a panic? Yeah, but if they're away from it, that's safe.
Are there
right?
there are just like random people in the crowd, right? there's less people than usual, but there's still random people.
Yeah, there's still like quite a few people here. It's just not packed. Obviously, I didn't want to fill this map with a billion tokens.
Yeah, no, that would
As you
lag
can
as
just
hell.
can't just assume that these are mostly like 3/4 filled rows.
Normally, A-Lock would consult the group, but the group is split
Well,
up. So
I could send back if he wants. I tried to dispel it with magic. Would that
you,
work?
oh, yeah. I think you need to see it to do that. Well, actually, I can make you see it, and then you can dispel
By
it.
the way, Alok, it is not on the ground. It is midair.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'll say Ruby, I can make it visible if you could try to dispel it once you see it. I don't know how this works, but
Yeah.
all right. It may cause a panic, but it might be safer this way. And I'll do what I can to try to make it visible.
Maybe we could do it once the curtain like comes down for like a scene change, you know, when it's dark.
I think he's already going for it. If you message that while he's going
Okay.
for it, just say, I don't think we have time.
Do I hear anything about that plan? Because if so, I also have dispel magic. I wonder if 2 at once would like be stronger. I don't know. But
That's
I would say Ruby can freely just tell you. She's right next to you. She could just tell you about it.
Yeah. I think even if you're, occupied listening, I would probably be like cluing you into the main stuff.
yeah. I hear something about dispel magic. I'm like, ooh, I can do that.
Hey, I have that.
I'll begin to make it
And
visible. What's
Maya
is
pals.
Gallic doing anything when you open the door? What's happening there?
Yeah, what are you doing, Gallet?
After that, I can see that I'm not going to be able to pull it that well. Does it feel like I have a minute of time? Yes or no?
Sure. I would say that since that happened so much earlier, that's like the first thing that happened before Alok snuck off.
Yeah.
You would have a minute, I would say. These things are not happening like combat pace.
Okay.
These things are happening like people are like sneaking over, people are talking, eavesdropping. This is a slowly developing situation at the moment. You have a minute.
Okay, well, I'm just going to cast Flock of Familiars then. I'm going to start casting.
Okay. Hey, boss. I don't know what you're summoning, but
Yeah, I'll make a list. Let's see.
okay. All right. A few more moments pass, and you guys watch, those of you in box 1, Ruby and Suma, you watch as Marisa suddenly bolts up out of her seat and walks to the edge of the platform, staring out into space right here. Talia almost like pulls on her arm, and she like kind of like waves it off, like getting dirty looks from the guards. And she turns to everybody and she says, "We're gonna wanna leave now. Take the girl, keep her safe." And you see the Blackstones begin going, "What is the meaning of this?" And you see this person right here, and you see like Marisa keeps insisting, "No, you don't understand. Something very bad is about to happen." And you see Garrett Blackstone stands up, and he shouts over to Box 2, and he goes, "Estelle, control your associate." And Estelle, whose name I will now
Name
write
drop.
in this little
Wow.
box, looks over at Seabait and Sasha and goes, "Pardon me for 1 second. Marisa, what is the problem?" The platforms shift again. She briefly steps over, and Marisa turns and goes, and she begins whispering in Estelle's ear. Meanwhile, Gallet, your cast finishes, and what are your 3 familiars that you cast? Or is it 4
Well,
now?
it's no, it's 5. So,
My bad.
number 1, Fields back in the crew.
Hi.
I'm in need
It's
of
been a
you.
while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What am I doing?
4, you're needed. All right, and then next one, Mambo number 5. No, it's
a
more
little bit of
fancy.
Monica.
It's a bit more. Last time it was a bit more fancy. Is this a new guy?
Oh, yes, of course. A
Thank
little
you.
bit of Monica in my life.
Perfect.
A little bit of Sandra by my side. Yes.
All right. Then we got
Um,
Tim coming in.
Hey, what's up, boss? Hey, long time no see. Oh, I'm
Hey,
fucking
Tim, you
naked
looking
today.
strong. Hey, let's get your brother in here. Tom.
Yeah, I've been
Hey,
working
Tom,
out.
not bad. Not
Yeah,
Tom,
I've
not
been
bad.
working out.
All right, and
Oh,
let's
it's blue. Interesting.
weird. And let's bring it, like, get some variety. And he died recently, so Eduardo.
Boss, it was so fucking scary, man. She looked at me. She did that thing that you do.
I understand. I understand. I understand.
Her energy was like
Head
real
to the front.
creepy and stuff.
Head to the front.
Okay, where the front, like the stage, or like here,
Yeah. I'll just
or
start
because you don't
placing
actually
them.
know where the stuff is happening.
Yeah. No, I'll put Fields at the top here as like a sniper. Eduardo, he's gonna be near. He wouldn't be able to find a lock, so I'm just gonna say like around here. Let's see. The pseudo dragon here, and let's see, the two imps, Tim and Tom.
To clarify, are they going to be on top of this platform
Fields is
or below?
only Fields.
Only feels. I'm gonna put a little marker next to them so we can. Oh.
Assume the rest of them are 10 feet up.
Okay. Oh god, they keep moving.
Sorry. Now I'm done.
You're good. You're good. You're good. How does this work? I click 1 and I put a 1. You know what? Red will be 10. Okay, red will be 10 feet up. We'll remember that. Okay.
That's
Feels is on the platform. Alok, you can feel your communion with your amulet. Finish. You can make this thing visible right now. As you focus on channeling this thing.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I am. Yeah, I'm going for it.
Okay. In a burst of energy, you watch as a sick, arcane, magical circle, a summoning, a portal being torn through time by Alok's amulet, commandeered in some way as a sick energy is spilling out of the center of the room. People look up, immediately going, you hear gasps through the crowd, and you watch as this thing pulsates. And a voice begins emanating from it. Hi, everyone. You don't know me, and you never will. But, well, I was gonna make a speech, but I'm not really a speech kind of gal. All I want to say is, glory be to Xandis. And this thing begins to rip open. I will allow everybody, because of Alok choosing to do this early, everybody gets like one thing that they can do before whatever's going to come out of this comes out of this.
Does it seem like it's too late for the dispel magic?
Yeah.
It seems like it's too late, right?
You presume, similarly to how the portal was on deck on the Reaper, that this is not something that you can dispel very easily.
Yeah.
If we double dispel it.
Maybe.
And use your crazy portents. You know.
Feels more divine than that, I feel like.
Just Xandis. It's not that big.
Just the god of death. It's no big deal.
It's the god of death. It
That's a
ain't no
dude.
biggie.
Made it to my
I'll cast fly.
You'll cast flying yourself. Perhaps a very wise move. Ruby, any move from you?
hold on. I'm looking.
You're looking and searching and finding. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I could cast fog cloud to make things even more hectic. Huh?
Interesting.
Shit. I could locate a creature, if there's someone we want to keep track of in the midst of all this chaos.
Hey, I wouldn't stop you if you wanted to.
Not a bad idea.
Who would I locate though? Like Talia or Estelle?
Looking for them? We know where they are.
I know, but just like they might try to. I feel like, especially Talia. Oh, hello. Might try to sneak away in like the heat of the battle.
Well,
Because
Talia
she-
should probably get the fuck out of here, but
Yeah,
maybe Estelle. I don't know.
you know. Can you come back to me? I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
Raga's gonna be so excited when she comes.
Yeah.
She's already here somewhere. I'll sprint. Wait, do we all get in action?
Yeah, get in action.
I'll sprint to here. I'm assuming still stealthing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll just.
People are so confused by this thing coming out. This thing, blood red seal. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah, we can see the
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
Is
Great.
this a turn or just an action?
Just like a general thing that you can do. We can call it a turn. Yeah.
Because my spell is an action, but Blade Song is a bonus action.
Yeah, you
so
can start off your blade song for sure.
I do that. Just like in case,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, of course.
I'll start sprinting to the front, and the roads I pass, I just want to basically shout, "Everyone to the back!" And I'll
What intomination is that? Everyone panicking.
okay, and I'll also bonus action, and I'll activate my little float. The glass will break, and I'll use the fly thing.
How high up do you go?
Not at all. Not at all. I just want to have that
not
active.
at all. Okay, you have it active. You're on the ground floor. Excellent, Ruby. Yours is the last action.
I think I'll just do enhance ability.
Okay, on whom? Assume on yourself.
I'll do myself. I will
And
do
what are you enhancing? Praise God.
Cat's Grace. I'm gonna enhance my dexterity, and then I will not take damage from falling 20 feet or less.
Hey.
In
Interesting.
case something needs to happen.
Yeah, great. Okay. You watch some clamoring. You see Seabane step up and go, now this just got a little bit more interesting. He strides up to the center of the platform. This thing is about level-ish with the platforms. You see Sasha steps up next to him. Fight together, we die together, right, Captain? Aye, lassie. But I'm not in the dying mood, I don't think. Marisa steps up and she says, oh, it's gonna be big, huh? Estelle steps up. I believe I can shield this platform. Will you be able to take care of it? Myself? We'll see what I can do. The guards on this platform move up as well, in between Talia, as Talia is ushered. Oh, that's Gallet. As Talia is
Why are you
ushered
taking
to
me?
the back, along with everybody else. These guards are gonna come up here, kind of forming a defensive line right there, as Talia and the Blackstones are ushered to the back. I would say two of them will probably stay with them. Cool. As this happens, the music fully crescendos. Something begins to emerge from this rift. You all immediately feel a deep sense of foreboding and loss and almost fear rip through your bodies as a deep darkness is unleashed from within this field. The rift cracks fully open, and something rises up out of it. You see one arm bearing a massive sword, then another, then another. 6 arms in total, each bearing blades on a humanoid body that comes up through the broken rift. A massive figure. A woman's face charred and disfigured. The lower half of her body, a snake,
Fuck.
rises up from the portal as the Merilith, more massive than any beast you faced down before,
Oh gosh.
bears
Big
all
lady.
6 blades against the entirety of this theater. The guards arm themselves. Marisa, this should be cool. Estelle, I will try to hold the defensive line as best as I can. Seabane, now that's a big lady. As everybody begins to ready themselves for battle, we can all start now and begin rolling some initiative at
Yeah.
the close of this session.
No.
Damn, dude. It's a good thing we got all these NPCs, huh? This
Yes.
thing like base is a high CR, so
This is a very high CR, and it's also very big.
Hey. Oh,
Ruby, I
dang
believe
it.
you
I didn't
have
click on my
advantage
die.
on this if you want to roll again. Oh wait, actually, I will edit these. I will take out some of these. Sorry, that's wrong.
I
Wait, why
whoopsie
do I have
daisy and
advantage?
didn't click on my token.
Cat's Grace gives you advantage.
On initiative too?
It's a
dex
dexterity check.
Oh.
Yep. Okay,
Well,
we're gonna
well.
stick with that 18.
Hey, I didn't click on my token. Can I still keep the 20?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Let me just fix all that for you. Yeah, but that will be the end of our session. I finally got to take you guys to this map, which I'm very excited about.
Gonna be cool
Doc's
fighting
not
side by
here.
side with Seabane. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna take a lot of you to take this thing down.
Yeah.
Are you
Which
sure?
will...
This feels better than last time though, when it was everyone against us.
No, it's really
Yeah.
nice because we can
Yeah.
all stay back line and we have a bunch of meat shields.
What do you
so-
mean we can stay back line? What's this we
All
can?
4 of us, all 4 of us have ranged attacks. Every single one of the 4 of
Who's
us.
we?
I have to
We're
run
talking
into that thing.
Oh, we French now? And
Oh,
I
just
will
use
roll.
your ranged attack. Oh,
I will roll
wait.
for these
Hey,
various
thanks, man.
NPCs another day. But yeah,
Thanks.
that is the close of the session. I'm glad that we got to this point in the story. Things certainly happened. A lot of things happened at once. A lot of reveals, a lot of things have been percolating are coming to the surface now. How do we feel?
I wanted to fight.
Ready. I'm ready.
Rocco's
I'm ready for this.
definitely here.
Oh yeah, she's gonna pop out.
He's gonna
and
one
just-
shot the Merilith. It's
Yeah,
fine.
just
We don't even
casual
need to
10d6
fight.
Yeah,
sneak attack,
yeah.
whatever. Just like.
Do I have Estelle's name
figure.
somewhere?
I don't know if Alok would know. But is this a? I'm pretty sure I know. But is this a devil or a demon? Would Alok know?
You know what? Ayla can give a little insight check.
That'd be insight.
Sure, or history, I guess that works too.
Oh, that's who Estelle was.
Let me check that. On a 20 history check, you do know that it is a very large demon.
Yeah.
It's actually normally just large. This is like gargantuan. I've
Yeah.
beefed her up because
So
even a CR16 monster against this many people hitting her at the same time wouldn't last very long.
And-
So she's been beefed.
in your lore is like the abyss and the nine hells like separate still. Are they like they're 2 different places? The demons and devils fighting.
They used to be separate. They are, I guess, I don't. Is that too much of a?
I mean, it's whatever the history check would give me. Yeah.
On a 20, you would know almost in a strange communion, almost as if like your time in the ether of death has given you some clarity onto some things that maybe others don't know. Is that currently the demons and the devils are united under one banner,
Okay.
but also restrained under one banner.
Okay.
The banner of Xandus.
Interesting. Okay. That's good info.
As for why they agreed to do that or what Xanus has promised them in return, that's something that you wouldn't know. But you do know, I think, inherently that they're the ones that pop up from your amulet when Death wants to do the death. Yep. So there's that. Did a lot of reveals in this one.
Yeah, a lot of plot.
A lot of plot leading up to combat.
A lot of
which
art,
is,
honestly.
Thank you. I worked really hard on this map. Okay.
He's good. I love the
Yeah.
floating platforms.
Thank you. It took me forever to figure out how to do that. They're all. I had to like put them together in a separate corner of the map, make them a prefab, and then like being able to like just put them wherever and like turn them and
Also,
stuff like that.
you really went all in on the orchestra pit specifically,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
I
I know
appreciate.
I could have not done that, but I was like, it has to be accurate. It has to be in front. The conductor has to stand in place because the people on stage have to also be able to see the conductor, and it actually has to be below. They have to kind of look down. Anyway, that was a whole thing. Yeah. There's even like a little proscenium, like that. You know how like the theaters often have that frame that goes around, like where you see them. This statue right here is part of that. Just curtains. The set was originally going to be much more involved, and I decided against it because I was like, well, it's busy enough. The action's going to be in the middle. No one's going to be looking up there anyway. So that is what
Only
I did,
looking at it up there.
um, but yeah, there it is. How do we feel?
I want to fight.
Yeah, I want
Fight?
to
I want
fight.
to kill.
Yeah, this is like a halfway aerial battle on floating platforms that move, and some of you are on the ground and have to find a way to get back up there, or just do damage from down here. And these platforms will move throughout the fight, just so you know.
Yay!
I didn't, I couldn't have floating platforms and have them stay still. That's effectively just
Are,
that's
Right.
are there people on these?
Yeah, there's people on these. They're just not relevant. They're just like noble people.
Are they
They're like,
running
oh
at all?
no. They're very scared, but they
I
don't
guess
have
I can't
control.
jump. Yeah.
Yeah, me
They
neither.
can't
Kind of
jump, but they don't
stuck.
have control. From what it looks like, Estelle is able to control because she's able to like summon this box towards the Blackstone box.
Well, how does it normally work? They teleport up. How do they get down? Do they teleport down?
The little crystal in the middle, it can be used to teleport down.
Okay.
But almost like a request to teleport down, and the attendant at the bottom has to like kind of buzz you in almost.
Cool.
It's kind of like we need to do that because we don't want people like teleporting into the same place at the same time because they'll get spliced. So it's
Oh, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what's happening. Glad I finally got to bring Madeline back in because she's important. Got
What do
Damon
we
stuff.
know? Oh yeah. What do we know about the claw again?
Why was I able to do that? I should not have been able to do that. Sorry.
How tall this tall lady?
Which tall lady? Oh, the Merilith?
Yeah.
The bottom of her like snake tail is about 10 feet off the ground. She is like chest level with the highest platform.
And the highest platform is how high?
80 feet off the ground. So her head is basically almost touching the 100-foot tall ceiling.
Jesus Christ.
But she's mostly upper body. It's just the snake tail is like
Yeah.
long, if that makes sense. So she's very big and her reach is massive. And a bunch of you are gonna fight it, but you have Estelle, who's like very strong. You have Seabane, who's very strong. Marisa
You're
is a kind of a
saying
wild
these
card.
things. I don't know.
Yeah, but the creature's also very strong. Also, Estelle's not in the fight.
That's true. Estelle's not in the fight. She is going to try and just protect
But
their little
Marisa-
corner. Well, we'll see what Marisa can do.
I'm excited.
Yeah. That's it. I'm buzzing a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we got to. I was I was like, oh, I really don't want to stop in the middle of combat because I feel like it's always awkward picking back up the next time. But yeah, I believe we have a full session next week, right? Or is it a break week? I don't know.
This is our 3rd week, technically.
Oh no.
Ooh,
I feel-
interesting.
Blessed?
Was there like 1 week that we missed and like
Can
This
we
is really
can we
3?
just move it to next week?
I don't remember. No way. This is.
We can put that to a vote. If you guys want to run next week, I'm down to do that. Momentum wise, it makes sense. But if you guys have like planned around the break window, obviously, we shouldn't do that. So I'll put a little poll of like, should we play next week? And then skip the week after that, and we can put that out there. Sound good?
Yeah.
Or I guess instead of a poll, just like message me. Just be like, I would like to play.
I'm in favor. You don't need my
Or
message.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
this is the 3rd
I'm
one.
good if y'all are.
Okay.
I'm down.
Cool. I'm glad you guys are excited. I like doing set piece fights.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
there's no other way. I can't do them any other way. There has to be like a lot of stuff happening at the same time. And you know she's gonna spawn some ads probably.
Nah.
I really wanted to use the stage in some way, but I wasn't sure how to.
Is the portal still open behind her?
It's almost like below her. It's
Like from
almost
the
like
ground?
think of it. The portal is like midway in the air, and it's like almost like a ring around her waist. Almost.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, how did she get out then?
She like exited out. So it's like a portal between planes, basically. So she's like sticking out.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to imagine it because if it's in the middle of the air and it's around
Is
her
she still in it?
waist, did she come out top first and then bottom? Or bottom first, then top? Because, like, this is the portal. It's in the air, right? And it's around her, you said. So if her head came out,
Think of
her
it-
bottom wouldn't be there, right?
Think of it as not a portal to somewhere else, but almost a ring that solidifies her presence in this plane. So imagine you were standing at a place, right? You would also be standing in that same spot, but in another plane you wouldn't be there. But then I draw a ring around you, and that ring around you means that you also exist in that other plane. Does that make sense?
You wizards and your magic.
It's
moves.
oogly boogly. Don't worry about it.
okay.
So bottom line is her entire body is there. And
Bottom
the portal
line
is still
is
there, but not
she
really doing
has
anything.
a black hula hoop on her waist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
that
what
seems
that means.
that seems more
It's
boss
fashion
fight.
at this point. Yeah.
I mean, it's a snake,
what?
so...
Or would it be cooler if she was just like coming out of the portal and like her lower half you couldn't see? Is that cooler?
No, but she needs the tail.
But when we inevitably fall because of a bad dex check and we fall in the portal, that'd be unfortunate.
That's true. I think that the portal is essentially nil now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now it's
It's
just
like
cosmetic.
she's here and that was the point of it. Now it's just cosmetic. We can just forget about where it is. You know what? After the portal, she emerged from the portal descended down onto the ground, and now it's floating above the ground. It like came down,
Oh,
revealing
okay.
the lower half of her body. That's cleaner, I think.
I like that actually. That's like yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Looking forward to great combat next session. I'm sure there will be many shenanigans for me to contend with, and this thing is going to go down much faster than I would have liked it to. But luckily, for the first time, the baddie's not gunning after you. You would imagine, at least not you specifically.
Give it a moment.
She does have a lot of arms, though. She
Yeah.
does have a lot of
Too
sword.
many arms, I think.
She does.
Dude.
She do be making a lot of attacks.
As soon as he started explaining the 6 arms, I knew it was something. I got
Yeah.
worried.
Each time he
It's
describes
real,
something
bro.
that's of note and Ryan makes any face, I'm like, oh, we're in for fun.
Ryan's encyclopedic knowledge of the monster manual comes flashing through. He goes, "Oh God, no!"
Luckily, I don't remember specifics of what this creature does. I just know that it's pretty high CR.
Many
Baseline.
attack. Many attack. That's my guess.
Yeah, I think its biggest thing is that it can hit a lot of times, which is hard.
Which
to
is a
deal with.
pretty good gimmick, all things considered.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, it hits 7 times.
Well,
in
that's
one
not,
turn.
that's not fair. She has 6 arms.
Probably a
Her
biter.
tail makes an attack.
Is it a tail? Okay.
Okay.
But I'm balancing this by making you have a lot of targets and like having you guys not be the main focus. So you're not gonna get like comboed down. Like
We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got
I
Bond,
don't
we got
know.
Meatbag.
she has no real reason to like pick one person in particular of you guys and be like, I'm gonna use all my attacks on you for no reason. It's much more of a wanton destruction type of creature. So while it'd be difficult to kill, it may not be as directly deadly. But if you get clipped by one of these swords, it's gonna for sure hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot.
You know what? We're all gonna worry. We're gonna get to next session. Feels is gonna shoot one dart. Natural one. Alright, everyone, kill it.
Nice.
That's what's gonna happen.
Man, must suck for all you people that don't have consistent range.
I don't think it
Yeah,
can't be
it's
poisoned.
crazy.
If that's a
Have-
poison effect, it cannot be poisoned.
Ah, well then there goes
I shouldn't
all
have
the
told
use-
you that, but
Well, I
but
mean,
think
it's a
most
snake.
demons
It's a
are like
snake.
that.
It's a snake.
Yeah, and it's a snake too.
Yeah, well, there goes the usefulness of all of my demons. But then you know what? Fodder. They're fodder. It works.
Yeah. Maybe she'll pick a target at random and kill a familiar instead. And
Burn
maybe
one
she
of her
won't.
arms.
And maybe she won't be the only thing on the battlefield. You know?
Yeah, because we're on the battlefield.
Yeah, we're on the
Yeah.
battlefield.
Yeah,
It's
That's
not
what you
like
meant.
I mean, you wouldn't be so rude as to throw a very high CR at us and then throw more smaller CRs at us just for funsies.
each arm
You
is a
know,
different
you know what? I wouldn't do that.
That's not
That's
even-
crazy.
that's
That's
not-
crazy.
that's cruelty.
At least not. At least you wouldn't do it today. Yeah.
Yeah, not today. Next week, maybe, or 2 weeks from now, depending on the poll. But yeah, I am a little wired, so I'll be here for a little bit. But other than that, thank you for a wonderful session. We got a lot of. It feels like we accomplished a lot. I don't know.
Yep, I'm gonna turn in. I'm tired. Night,
Like I
night.
said.
Good night.
Yeah,
guys.
me too.
Good night.